What is going on, everybody? It is every other Wednesday night. You know what that means on Three Star Draw. It is time for the Backyard Battlefield. I'm down south 77, aka Three Star Draw, and with me is my brother to the north.
Rusty old crow, what's going on?
What was you doing down there, tying your shoes?
I don't wear shoes in my own house. No, I dropped a whole bunch of little kitten caboodle pieces that I was trying to sort through all over the floor. So I thought I had more time than I did to pick them up.
Aha. Okay. I didn't know. Yeah, you had exactly 30 feet. You had 52 seconds from when I
And I
said, let's
dropped
go.
53 pieces. 53 pieces fell, man. I was just this close.
That's the way that it goes, man. So we're gonna we're gonna do the pleasantries and we're gonna say hi to the chat in just a minute. But we're on Snow C.A.T watch. We're gonna talk about the Snow C.A.T because we got some thoughts on it. I'm sure everybody wants to hear
Oh,
more thoughts on the Snow C.A.T, but we do have we got some pictures this week that we should have had a month ago, so we're gonna talk about them, but we're watching it 25 away from getting Lady J. So Lady J should we should hit Lady J while at some point while we're on there. So we'll see how far we get. Um 97.75 right now. So 97,
okay.
77. So what you been up to, Crow? You got a new hobby this week, I see.
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly it's not fixing internet signals. So just guys, I have another monitor up. I can see that I'm a little scrambled tonight. Just like with Lawrence's streams the other day, mine goes away after a few minutes, so hopefully that'll ride through. But yeah, I took up kayaking again this week. Bought a kayak. That was the answer you were looking for, right?
That was it. That was the
Yeah.
one, kayaking. So
Yeah.
yeah, and you've been out like just about it every day since you bought it, right?
Yeah. I took my son out on the paddle board, and I forgot how much I enjoyed kayaking when I was younger. So I just said, screw it, I got nothing better to do now. I'm retired, and toys are fun too, but I need something to take me outside. So I bought a kayak, and that's what I've been doing pretty much all this time while I wait for toys to show up, which they're not.
Yeah.
God damn
Yeah, there for a little while, man. You guys were up there. You guys were getting everything first up there, and then it flipped and went to
it.
Australia and come back over here a little bit, and it's just going around the world with the way they're shipping stuff out. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, I expected it. Like lightning never hits the same place twice. And if you think you've figured out Hasbro's shipping and distribution, you're in for surprises every time.
Yeah, yeah. You might be into some double paying for surprises too. It's
No,
that
I
happens once in a while.
I did. I canceled my pre-order through GameStop on that Snake Eyes and Polar Bear because I got the Hasbro notice today. So I'm trying to avoid those double down shocks, right? Like as soon as I see inkling of something, I'm worried.
Es- Especially on that one because that one's what, $70, 65
Yeah, it's
bucks,
not.
$70.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, we're not talking
I,
about two crystal balls of breakers here. We're talking about two polar bears, which, as cool as it sounds, seems absorbent.
I think two polar bears together would be pretty awesome though. I need to know if they
Right?
fit in the
But
back of the snowcat.
no, but they'd be pulling the snow cat like Santa's sleigh.
Oh man, that would be perfect. That would be
Yeah.
perfect. We're gonna talk about shipping and stuff we've gotten and whatnot, but I do want to go ahead and say hi to the chat because it is rolling and I don't want to get too far behind. So it was so long ago it's already disappeared from view, but Stanley Eberhard was here at like 11:45 this morning and said first. So what's up, Stanley? And I'll highlight you in a second. Triple D's Dungeons, Dave's in the house was second. And Dave
Stanley
says no.
really likes a warm seat, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Dave says no space yet. Need my Joes grounded in some reality. We know the Earth is flat and space is just a big backdrop. Somebody in here probably believes that. There's Stanley. There he is. What's going
I,
on? And
I
he
I
is
almost feel like Dave does.
Probably would be Dave, wouldn't it? Dave and Loki, they're sitting there going, man, I don't know if we can go further than Augusta. We might fall off.
Now we know what they talk about on the way to Joe Fest every year.
That's
Look,
right.
the horizon's flat. Told you.
Look, the closer we get, the flatter it is. And then Stanley is packing for a red eye to Michigan Thursday night, Friday morning. So those red eyes are fun.
Go.
MC DJ ACDC, who from now on will be MC DJ. What's up, man?
Oh,
Says, hey,
I call him Mac Attack.
that's like attack 'em.
Yeah. What's up, Mac Attack?
Dave was just saying, I'll pretty much buy anything they throw in my face, and they know it. They know it. They know we will. Space Joes need to be Pulse or Fan Channel. Cannot see success at retail. Well, we're going to talk about that because that's somebody's Joe's, not ours, but somebody's. Sabir Del Norte's in the house. Triple D, Stanley and Darren, what's up? You doing Sabir? Shane is in the house. Same time Toys is here. What's up, Shane? Got this guy here, a punk with toys. What's going on, Lawrence? How you doing? Turk Murphy, Toy Solutions, and be listening while I'm working. What's up, Turk?
That's funny because I'm going through Turk Murph's guns right now, the ones that I'm trying to paint for a section for a video right now. It's pew pews. Sorry,
I had a
keep
bunch.
the stream going.
Yeah, I had a bunch laid out over here going through them just the other day. Frank Dumont, you is in the house. What's going on, Frank? And condolences again, Frank, about your puppers, man. That was rough to hear. Sorry to hear that. Never a good time. Derek Holloman is in the house. What's up, Derek? Let's see. Kyle's here. Action Figure Addict 112. What's going on, my man? Matthew Matson is here. What's going on, Matthew? MD and the Maryland Divers. I couldn't resist. U.S. Combat Dojo's here. What's going on? Let's see. Derek says, still waiting for my snake armor. Lots of toy tubers getting lots of stuff early. Well, my snake armor was not my snake armor. I did the same thing with my snake armor that Punk did with Greg with his Rattler. Like, my buddy got his, and he's like, hey, I'll send it to you. Send me one when you get yours. So I've not heard jack shit about mine either, my actual snake armor orders.
Yeah, me neither. Canada's not getting the edge on that one either.
Sabir says he canceled his Pulse orders of the Polar Bear and Snake Eyes, got them from Amazon. I think a whole lot of people did that. I think I actually canceled it on Pulse, and I did not order it anywhere. I don't have it or have it coming at this point. Jay Astro's here. What's up, Jay Astro? Just plain yogurt. Hasbro's cryptic. You don't know what they actually charged you for until after you get the shipping email. I think I got charged for the porta potty today. We're gonna talk about that too, because that's some bullshit, man. You don't even know what you're paying for. So I got a notice from PayPal myself, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but that's also how much Slice and Dice is, right? In that same price point as Slice and Dice, or did they go up $5? I can't keep it straight. Matthew says I have 2 porta potties on the way. Dreadnought says Michigan is full. Cancel your flight. That's what we say about Tennessee. What's up, Dreadnought? Let's see. Russell Cruz is in the house. What's up, Russell? Do you want to laugh? Today was supposed to be the notice. I was supposed to get the porta potties. They didn't send me no information. I looked at my order and they charged no dates at all. Yeah, we're just talking about that. Same thing I got. A lot of people got the same thing. So, all right. I think we finally got to the bottom there. That takes a while if you wait too late to start saying hi to everybody. 9983 on the Snow C.A.T right now. So you talked about, like, you're in a drought. Last thing you got was, we talked about it. You got Law
Law
and
and
Order,
Order.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, Law
Uh,
and Order, Frag Viper, and Crystal Ball were the last three I got.
um, these crystal balls, man, they're kind of shit in the bed with crystal ball because we've seen these pictures of the Walmart resets. I've got a couple of them here. We've all seen them by now on the Facebook groups, and people are finding them in stores. Yet they're canceling pre-orders for crystal ball for the second time for some people.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. That's the
yeah, some
aspect of
people.
him that you say is shitting the bed.
Yeah, some people. Yeah, well, they're canceling it because of lack of inventory. I saw somebody post, and I think that's the screenshot that I've actually got. And people, they're in stores, and they're not even supposed to be out yet. Technically, we guess the dates are so fluid, but they're canceling people's pre-orders, and people are finding them in the store. Like it's like Breaker. Like it's the way Breaker was. Like now breakers are just growing on trees at Target, and it seems that way for the areas that are getting that reset, that are getting crystal ball. It seems the same there.
See,
Mm,
it's hard for me to understand the fullness of this. Like, I can understand the frustration of having pre-orders canceled just to turn around and see them somewhere else. That I get, right? I thought everybody was worried they weren't going to be able to get Crystal Ball, and it seems like you're going to be able to get them. It's just figuring out where, right? Like that's the bottom line with them. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like you'll be able to land him. He's going to be abundant somewhere, and for a limited time only, you have a really good chance of finding him on clearance somehow.
yeah. He'll turn up on clearance, 99
Yeah.
99. So let's see
Oh,
if we
look at
can
that.
be. I'll sit here and
Are you
keep
going to
hitting
order one now?
refresh.
Don't you want to be the 10,000th guy?
Wait, 9993 now. It went down 6. We got one
Well,
away from getting Lady J, and it went, oh, there we go. It went back up 10,001.
oh, there we go.
Lady
We
J,
unlocked Lady J, everybody. To Lady
Lady
J.
J, Lady J is
Woot, woot.
unlocked now. So be,
On with the biv.
and now it's back to 99.99. So,
We've
all
lost
right.
Lady
Well,
J, everybody.
we've
Pour your
lost
40s
Lady
out.
J. Never mind, never mind. So we'll look at it again in a minute, but I think technically once it goes over, they count it as unlocked. So um, we got to pull it back up anyway because we're going to talk
So,
about the pictures and things.
can I just double back to Crystal Ball for 1 second? Because
You
what
sure
you
can.
initially talked about when they talked about this, Crystal Balls crap the bed. All I could think about is I saw the most unfortunate Crystal Ball review from one of the most beloved in our community. Viper Island got hands down the worst crystal ball in all of production. The guy's arm fell off, and the horn on his screen thing was like half out. It was like the worst crystal ball you could have gotten, and the way that he and his co-host had to.
I saw I saw the post somebody posted in one of the groups about is Crystal Ball, like, is he bad because they watched Viper Island's review, and then
Yeah.
of course everybody in the comments just blasted him for even mentioning Viper Island. Um, and I commented on it, and I was like, well, one, don't believe anything that guy says, and two, Crystal Ball is perfect with no QC, and he's going to be in a lot of top fives this year. I didn't
So,
know that was what happened.
well,
It's funny.
I
He
had to sit
deserves it.
through the video. Like, I had to sit through the video because I feel bad for anybody who gets a shitty product when it's a cool figure we're all looking for, right? Anybody. I'll feel bad for anybody. But I had to laugh at the end, boys, because if you stuck around to the end, the only reason they weren't really losing their minds at this point is because they had ordered two. And all I could think of, and Matthew Matson's put it in the comments as well, is did they order it from the same spot? Because
Yeah.
you might still have reason to be just as mad.
Yeah, if you ordered two of them at the same time from the same place.
Back to
Uh,
back, bad batch.
yeah.
Yep.
Jamie Gillentine is here. Got his Retro Flint Cover Girl last week from BBTS. Pulse is saying October. I have mine ordered through Pulse, so I don't have them yet. I order as little as I can through BBTS.
Mm.
Jay Toygo is in the house. See right here, they canceled his order for Crystal Ball. Bought one off of eBay recently, like this week. Or are you talking about when they did it in whatever April? Because they canceled mine in April. I had two of them ordered in April, and then when he went back up, I ordered another one, and that one is supposed to be here Friday, but I don't think it's going to make it. And let's see. Joe says none of his Walmarts have the new displays. Had to go north of where he lives out in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And Jamie says he was at a Walmart in Jackson and saw one of the new displays going up. They had a few crystal balls on the shelf and the new Night Force 2-pack.
Hmm.
Interesting. Oh, yeah. The point is that people pre-order them so they don't have to go searching for them. That's the point.
Yes. And then when you
That's right.
cancel your pre-orders, you've lost the opportunity to pre-order them from somebody who isn't going to jerk you around.
Um, I don't know. He may still be hard to get eventually. I mean, any of the Walmart stuff. It sometimes, especially like you and I talked about it, like the Cobras and the troop builders
Yes.
and stuff. The
Yep.
Joes, you can find the Joes, and once that initial Big Ben and Range Viper thing went down, after that you could find the Joes.
Yeah, you had no
So we got
problems getting Tunnel Rat and guys like that. Like Tunnel Rats were falling from the sky towards the end, but good
oh
luck
they
finding Shadow Tracker or Range Viper.
well they put Tunnel Rat on sale all the time. He's probably on sale right now for like $16. That
The
Night
race.
Force Tunnel Rat is
Yeah.
is he's hanging like rotting fruit on the digital store shelves.
Yeah.
So this was I grabbed this. This is from somebody in one of the Facebook groups, and there's a bunch of them on there. So and then oh, let's go back to my picture, and then so this is what you saw when you tried to look him up. He shows up, or he did, and he shows up out of stock. And then somebody posted this one earlier, and I was going to do a screenshot of mine, but that's exactly what mine looks like. It says preparing right now, so it's supposed to be here Friday, and it's preparing. So I guess we'll see. And here's these are actually, I think, Robo's pictures from that
Mhm.
I think it's Heinrich Hoffman point posted these and said they were Robos. So I just saw these earlier. This is what that display looks like on the
Yeah.
Hasbro
I've
display.
seen the. Yeah.
I mean, there's some good stuff on that, man. This thing is stocked. It's got the
Oh, that Rhino and the Sandman are two of the big wants on my list, but I never see them out here.
yeah, same here. All both of those and J. Jonah Jameson, those reissues,
Yeah.
and Electro, the real
Mhm.
Electro was coming soon. But look, they got Spirit Spider. They got those guys. They got the Gamerverse, the Thunderbolts,
Is that
$75 vamps.
is that Beachhead and Quick Kick already?
Yeah, that's what Jamie just was saying. That's what he found. They had it at the one in Jackson right here. Uh
Yeah.
the new Night Force 2-pack. Yeah, people are finding it in
See,
this display.
see,
Got the
I've got one on
firefighters.
order. Yeah, I ordered that, and I think I ordered it from Walmart. So weird.
Yeah. So there's Crystal Ball and firefighters. So
Mhm.
but yeah, I think they said these were Robos at a Walmart near him.
Mhm.
So we'll come back to those here in just a little bit. And
I always
Matthew
think about
says
when
his was
if
from
an- if
TV.
yeah, if anybody's ever worked retail, like, and you those cardboard displays that they put product and whatnot, like I used to work in a music store, and once that thing's run its course, you used to be able to get to take displays home and everything. I was just thinking, man, it would almost be worth getting a part-time job at Walmart just to wait those displays out. See if we could take them
Right.
home.
We used to, when I worked there, because I worked for Walmart for like 2.5 years, and
Mhm.
I got so many displays for. I used to collect the movie displays. Remember when
There
you'd
you
get the
go.
stand up and the
Yeah,
signage?
we get
When the
those. Yeah.
Star Wars prequels, like I got a bunch of Attack of the Clones stuff. Um, some stuff for some of the figures. I got all kind of stuff from that time period. So I used to do the same.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. U.S. Combat Dojo says when does Short Fuse and Steeler go up? It's probably going to be the fall. Um, what do they call theirs at Target? Fall Geek Out, Fall something, or is Walmart? Walmart's collector Thon or Con, and Target is Geek Out. So probably I would guess they sometime around in October would be my guess. Probably somewhere
Mm.
because they'll usually have a round of pre-orders before 10/27. So probably sometime then would be my guess. I haven't heard. And Action Figure Addict said hadn't seen the fancy displays, and Jamie said that's exactly what the one looked like there. I went in the one Walmart I talk about in my little circuit that I travel today, just like, well, maybe, just maybe, because it's the only one that actually still carries Joe's that is in my like normal sphere where I travel for work. And they didn't have, the only thing they had on the shelf was Retro Cobra Commander, poor Retro Cobra
Oh,
Commander, my figure of the year last year. And that
I was,
dude is, he's everywhere.
and he's been on the peg for a full year. Yeah. You almost feel
Um,
bad seeing him, eh?
So they had him, and they did have one Dark Lawn. And when I was in there last week, they had two blowtorches. So all I saw today was Dark Lawn. But I was looking around. Oh, I did see those the He-Man Thundercat crossovers.
Oh, you've
Um
seen those out there.
they had Battle Man or Cat Man, whatever, the Battle Cat one, which is the one I really like. They had
Okay.
it, and they had the Chitara, and they had Lino, and they all look good. I didn't buy any of them. There's too much. There's just too much GI Joe shit hitting.
Hmm.
To I think it's going to be mostly Joe's and like Jada stuff right now for me. But anyway, so
I,
I was
I
looking
think you feel
around.
it like I feel it too. It's not just the Joe stuff that's hitting, but that ramen stuff is hitting soon too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
ramen. We got a HasLab we're looking at. So I was looking around, and I was like, well, they don't have anything here. I looked up on the risers. Like, I don't see anything. And I looked at my left down the aisle because I entered from like the garden center. So I was over here, and I looked down the aisle, and I saw one of those new displays that we just looked at. And I was like, oh, and I could only see the one down the aisle. I could only see it at the end. And I'm like, oh, they are like side displays. Like they're not, they're out in the Broadway aisle. They're not on the toy aisle. It's like, oh
Mhm.
man, it's like maybe they actually do have it. And I went up there, and the only one they have set up was Play Doh, and the backside of it was board games. That was all that was on it. And
Makes you
I
want to kick
actually
the
asked,
shelf over, eh?
I was just gonna open the Play-Doh and just go throwing it
Yeah.
out.
Fuck your Play-Doh.
Fuck your Play-Doh, stomp it into the floor. Um, let it dry because it's hard to get up then. But I actually
Ain't
asked a
that kid?
dude that was you grind it into the carpet and the clothes. Um, I asked the dude about it, and I was like, do y'all have more of these displays? Because I know some of the Walmarts are setting these up. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I know there's more. He said, I don't know exactly what's on them. We haven't got them set yet. And they still had the planograms taped to these. They were like half stocked. So I got to
Mm.
go back in there next week and see if over the weekend they set up the Joe stuff. Maybe I'll get lucky. But so I have at least one Walmart that is going to get those displays. So we'll see. I'll keep you
Yeah.
guys updated. I know how much everybody's really interested, cares if my Walmarts get it, but I like to get an idea of what's where in the country. Like Jamie said, Jackson, that's 3 hours for me. So uh, Derek says his Walmart hasn't carried classified in a few years, but um, Walmarts that haven't carried it are getting them back, and other sections are shrinking. On Monday night, Punk talked about the McFarlane stuff and how the McFarlane aisle or the McFarlane section in the toy aisle has shrunk down to like they're either gone or there's next to nothing, where there used to be like two sections of McFarlane. So they've
Hmm.
moved the McFarlane stuff for the most part back to the collector area and electronics at Walmart. And you're seeing more of your Hasbro and things like that. They've expanded the wrestling section, it looked like. So um, that's kind of what you're seeing there now. So maybe some of the Walmarts that did away with Joe's will get them back.
You
Um,
gotta hope. Like I've got the same issues that you've outlined with my Walmarts as far as all of that, but the way that I think McFarlane Toys is treated very differently up here than it is down there. I don't think it sells very well locally here. I constantly see it marked down, clearance, warming shelves. Even the hot ones, you could usually find them because nobody knows about them. So but they have had a massive footprint reduction on GameStop shelves and on a lot of the Walmart here as well. So they get
well,
put in that video game aisle, like you said.
I think he might be winding down with not going to have the DC license too much longer. So maybe he's winding it down and he's going to gear up for something else. Who knows? Those sections shrink and expand all the time. So
Mm.
we'll see. But it's just like Lawrence says. I mean, there's McFarlane stuff is everywhere.
It
Like
is absolutely everywhere.
it's everywhere, but it is shrinking.
Hmm.
And say what's up to Roman Graham is in the house,
Hey,
and
right
Sean
on.
Jones, and Todd C says congrats on the 10K push, happened during the stream. Yeah, we did it live. We were live when it hit
We
10.
were, we were.
We were the
This is how
first to
we
break
cheer
the
our.
news.
This is how we cheered it on. We helped tonight.
We helped. We did our part.
Yeah.
It's the it's the only late breaking news you'll probably ever get here, and I bet Chris McLeod's probably getting ready to go live right now. So,
Yeah. Somebody lost a
uh,
lot of money on a bet tonight. Where were you when it hit 10,000?
yeah, where were
Yeah.
you when the Snow C.A.T hit 10K? Let's see. They had those. Oh, I didn't see those. The Jay says he found some new cool Masterverse. Terraclaw, Skeletor, and Ninjor. I did see some of the new Masterverse ones. They look good. It's just those would you talk about cherry picking for me, like super cherry picking. And I had a comment from I had a comment from Stanley highlighted. There it is. Super Walmarts and not Walmarts. They're mostly all super here now. There's very few
Yeah.
Walmarts here that aren't super centers.
Yeah. I have
Uh,
one that's half-assing it out here. It's got everything the Walmart has. It has a produce section and it has the aisles, but for some reason they can't get in any coolers, so they don't do any cooler section. That's just the one away from a super Walmart. I
they
don't
don't
know
have
how they
any.
get away with it.
They have
Yeah.
produce, but they don't have coolers for like meat and
Yeah,
stuff.
not sorry, not produce. They have all the aisles for food. They have all the food aisles,
Oh,
but they
okay,
don't have produce and they don't have coolers. Right? So you can go there
okay,
and do half of your groceries, but you can never finish your groceries. It's the worst
okay.
Walmart out there.
So
Yeah.
that's just that. Like that's a regular. That's what they were before they all went to super centers. Because when I was a kid, like when I'd go to the store with my mom, We
Mhm.
went to two stores. We went to Walmart and bought laundry detergent and coat hangers and whatever. Then we went
Mm.
across the street to Kroger and bought all of the food. So, and then Walmart wised up and turned them, most of them, into super centers. But that's what they used to be back in the
Yeah, it was a
day.
little different out here, but I mean that's nonsensical. It was a little
Yeah.
different, but not much.
Um,
Yeah.
Walmart sets are all over the place. No consistency. Prefer Walmart over Target. At least Target carries the same stuff consistently across all of their stores. That's for the most part. That's true. Um,
Look,
Target is
I'm
way
gonna
more consistent, just not with updating their website.
I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest excitements I had when I went to California was I finally, as a toy collector, was like, I finally get to go see a Target. I saw nothing that didn't remind me of Walmart right away. Like we're splitting hairs here. We really are.
uh, it's there's a noticeable difference between the two here. Um,
It's slight, but I mean, it's not anything impactful for somebody who's never seen a Target before. I was,
oh
I,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, it's this. Yay.
yeah. Um, Woody Triple Deuce, the figure addict, has joined us. What's going on,
Yo.
Woody?
But did
All right, let me look at my banners and see what's next. We can, I was gonna say you got any new stuff, but we kind of covered that a little bit. So you haven't got
yeah.
much. So
The claw. That's about it. Yeah, no, nothing new for toys really.
it
About
went
a
back
boat.
up briefly.
I'm gonna turn my kayak into the flag. There you go.
Oh, you could paint it up like one and what, shellac it or clear coat it or something.
Yeah, just launch paper
Would it?
airplanes off it.
That'd be pretty neat to see a kayak painted up like a flag. Actually, look at my, I got battle armor Cobra Commander, and I got to say, man, that's a good figure. I know you think I'm overselling it because he's my favorite character, but wait till you get him.
I do.
He told
But
he told me I was too biased.
yeah, I adamantly believe you are overselling this figure. However, I don't have him in my hand, so I can't prove that.
Oh, wow. Yes, I
And
come
you've
in. Oh,
had
that's the
him.
other big.
You got him early. You got him in around the same time that Lawrence and B got theirs, right? You
I
like in the
got yeah,
same couple of day bracket there.
yeah. I ordered him. I mean, I ordered him like what a lot of people did when he went up on Walmart. I mean, he came from Walmart. I guess maybe mine got here like a day sooner than some people got theirs. But I
Mhm.
also ordered him from Pop Culture. But I was going to get two of him anyway. So I ordered him and ordered Blood from Pop Culture, and they'll be here any time this week. But see, I didn't order Blood anywhere. I didn't order Blood at all. And the more I got to
Well,
looking at it, I was like, like it don't do that much to the shipping. Like I'll go ahead and pick him up, and while I'm ordering Cobra Commander, if they get here early, they get here early. If not, I was going to order Blood at some point anyway. And then I ordered him from Walmart. I ordered battle armor or combat armor suit Cobra Commander from Walmart just because I'm impatient.
so let me ask you a question. Maybe it's a topic I probably overheard somebody mentioning this before, and we probably could have talked about it for an hour, but we'll do it in passing. Now that we see that Hasbro is willing to go back and take one of the most popular figures from early in the line in Major Blood and just ever so slightly improve it, but leave it looking very much the same it was in the first iteration. How does that make you feel about the value of the first Major Blood? And do you think that other characters are going to follow suit, like Cobra Island Roadblock, or like some of the Arctic missions, Storm Shadow, for example, being re-released with just a couple of tweaks? Would you be for or against it, or would you feel like it would depreciate some of those gems in the collection?
Well, there's only so many of Major Blood, right? It's still lower production because it was toward the beginning. I don't know. I don't know if it would bring that one down much more because
Mhm.
it's not exactly the same. Like this one's pinless, so
Yeah, I know they improved those joints, right? But yeah, that the head sculpt
and
was the same. But
yeah, and then they did the red highlights. So I think this one would be a good one for anybody that missed that blood or didn't want to pay, 40-50 bucks for him on the aftermarket, or whatever. Um, I don't know if it really will bring it down that much. It might hurt it a little bit, but uh, the Firefly didn't drop that much when they released the real, like, the Firefly we wanted. It didn't drop that much.
no,
It dropped a
and I
little.
didn't expect it too. It's just Major Blood's one of those unique ones, and I'm wondering, did they do enough that it, do enough to this new Major Blood to make it feel like it was different from the first one if you had the first one, or did they do enough to it to make it feel like the first one if you never had it? It's just I'm trying to gauge your satisfaction because have both, right? Are they? Do
I
you think they're too similar, or do you think they're perfectly fine individually?
I don't have him yet.
Oh, I thought
So I don't
you.
have him in hand.
Oh, you
No,
could. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
on the way. I don't have him in hand yet. I ordered him because I like the red and black, and I think there is enough difference to warrant ordering this one
Okay.
because you and I had talked about it the other day. This one really should be in charge of the fire team
Yeah,
with the red
788.
and black.
It's got the
Yeah.
colors. Yeah. Because the reason
So
I'm getting one, I wasn't going to, and then I was like, well, you might as well. You're kind of a completionist, but not quite. I'm missing one of my rockets from my first Major Blood, so I was like, he's not even complete. I need a complete one. So second crack, right? But
they didn't change the rockets, so be careful. Unfortunately,
yeah, God, I should have.
uh, I have one in the gun, and I have the whole thing in his holster, and the
Mhm.
other one is in a bag. My my accessories baggies, my Major Blood one. All that's in it is one little missile.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm
Yeah, no,
I'm not
that's like
losing
mine.
this one.
His backpack and his missile are there, but it's only one missile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um. So I got that figure. I love it. Like, I love this Cobra Commander figure, man. It's really it's really good. And somebody said, Jay said he got them all from Walmart too, but they didn't get Monkey Wrench. Like, Monkey Wrench is the dial tone of this wave.
Yeah, Monkey Wrench is a phantom, man. I never even hear people talking about him. And he's
Nobody
due.
has him. I
Yeah.
think Adam and maybe B. And Adam has him, and he got him. I don't know where he got him, but he got him, and his is really loose. So I don't know if he got an early, like the one Punk had Flint, and Jeremy Kimberlin had Cover Girl. Maybe I don't know. I hadn't asked. Don't know.
I
But
don't know.
no, like, he hadn't shown up anywhere yet. Um,
Hmm.
and Dreadnought says too much red on Major Blood. I'll have to see it. I don't think it looks like too much, but I hadn't seen it in person either. Um, Bobby says, Bobby Wald's here. What's up, Bobby? Says, what a great week. My Rattlers are going to show up tomorrow. So clear some room. And yeah, Dreadnought, that Rattler is fucking huge. Make some room.
Yeah.
Uh, so we'll think my next one. So this is what I wanted to show next was this email. People started getting this email today. Um, thank you for your Cobra Rattler order. We've begun shipping these out, and while some fans have already received theirs, many are still on the way. We understand it can be frustrating to wait, and we understand your patience. Your order is on track and will ship by the end of August. You'll receive a confirmation email with tracking as soon as it leaves our facility. Bullshit. If you need assistance or have any questions, our customer service team is here to help. And express our frustration with having to answer all these calls about rattlers
Hmm.
because
You
that's
can't tell me they're
that
not employing AI phone systems now.
uh that email should have gone out at least 2 weeks ago
Yep.
for people. It at least should have gone out that far back. But Bobby, I'm glad you're getting yours tomorrow. I hope everybody is still waiting. I know Turk, last I talked to, was still waiting on his as well. Uh, Mine is here. So got it back there, way away from me, way, way over there in the corner because it is freaking massive. What's up, Frank? Catch you later. Back to cat. See you, man. Take it easy, Frank. Thanks for coming by for a minute.
Hey, Frank. Yeah, back to cat,
Uh,
everybody.
Back to cat.
Back to
Back
cat.
cat. Meow. Mm. Um, So I did want to talk a minute about the Rattler. So I know you didn't get one crow, and you may pick one up at some point later. Are you
Oh,
planning on
not
trying to
likely.
pick one up at a con or anything later?
We'll see what maybe a year or two looks like down the road. Like when the Rattler came up, I was trying to buy a Dragonfly, and I
Right,
successfully allocated those funds. And then I had to
right,
come up with extra funds for a Dragonfly, and I missed the opportunity to buy the Rattler twice.
right.
Um, so it's gone, and I'm not paying that extra retail aftermarket nonsense. Right now, this year I can't because I've
Yeah,
got the Ramen, the Snow Cat, so the Ramen Hunter, the Snow Cat, and the Gridiron Phalanx all this year coming. That's too much for me to go Rattler now too. If I
yeah.
say that and then
Uh,
tomorrow I'll have a Rattler, I'll be like, well,
like guess what, Darren? Guess what? It
yeah,
showed up on Marketplace here in Ottawa.
he practically threw the patches in for free and it swayed me.
Um, so I know eventually you'll probably try and track one down. So um,
Eventually.
it I knew I was going to agree with everybody talking about how damn big it is. It was just it's like that's all everybody said, and you until you see it, like you don't get it, get it. It's obnoxiously large.
Oh, I
That's the
can.
only way I can put it.
So I see it, and all I can think about is those big styrofoam gliders from you see kids throwing at the parks, the one that are like
Oh
almost
yeah,
a meter
yeah.
long and a meter wide. And I was like, there's the footprint that you need to hold up in your room and go, what holds this? You know?
Yeah, pretty much. And I say obnoxious because, and I joked about it, like I don't have anywhere in here, right now to put it till I rearrange. It's going to stay on the
Yeah.
living room table. That's where it was at until I brought it in here and put it back here to have it set up for tonight. And I've got it sitting on the stand on a stool back off behind me in the corner because it's so awkward because of the wings. Now, you have to turn it when you take it through a door. Um, and it's it's awesome. I mean, but it is, dude. It's large. It takes up a lot of room, and like my shelves that I have in here, it's not going on any of these shelves. Even if I just put the landing gears down and set it on there, it won't fit neither length nor width on these shelves.
Yeah, the
So
dimensions
it,
are just too much,
yeah.
eh? Yeah.
So it's gonna have to go on my main one behind me. I'm gonna put it up there. But I did finally get mine. So everybody that's oh, there's Turk right there. That's the same blow you off email that I got.
Yeah.
Um, so hopefully everybody that's still waiting will get here soon. You'll enjoy it. But the Baroness figure with it uh, is probably the best one we've got and may ever get unless they repaint this one.
Yeah, I saw your review and a couple others on it, and I can see it. And that's the thing. I when I say I might not hunt down a rattler for the same reasons you just listed. Like, where am I going to put it? For one, especially after I buy a bunch of stuff this year. But I will probably. jump at opportunities to try and pick off those figures if I see them sold separately on Facebook garage sale and other places. Because that Baroness and the Wild Weasel to me are they're very important. Wild Weasel was, mandated character in my original collection. I had two of them because I
Yep.
had two Rattlers, but
Yep.
not going that way.
Uh,
So
though that's how I felt. I cared more about Wild Weasel than I did the Baroness or the Gunner. With
yeah.
it, while Wild Weasel's a must as just a character for me. If they'd have come out with that
Mhm.
figure separately, I'd have been all over it. It just is unfortunate that he's the worst figure in the set for me.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And Action Figure Addict says, are they showing stuff off at New York Comic Con this year for classified? I'm sure they probably will because that's the first. I think that's the first one Pythona will be available at. When is New York? Because London is in October, and then there's a what's the other one? Was it? No, not
SDCC,
Saint.
NYCC, London, Europe,
Milan. I think it's Italy. I
Milan.
think it's
Okay.
Milan, or so
So I
it's Italy.
the core three that I'm always like, yeah, they reveal something always, no matter how small. London, San Diego, and New York. So taking everything that we've seen come out of San Diego right now, again, we've had name drops out, so maybe they're going to push renders. I don't know what they're going to drop, but expect something for sure.
Yeah, I would think because I mean we already know about Pythona, so
Yeah.
I mean they've made that clear on Pythona.
But remember,
Um,
they did have some when they were showing that they were showing some armor plate digital bits too, and saying, "Guess what this is?" Right. So
yeah,
maybe
that's
we'll get
right.
another nod to Globulus or Royal Guard or something to go with it, right?
I think that may be like the 1027, maybe.
Well,
One,
so I look at how close together they released Once a Man, Cobra Commander, and Nemesis Immortal. Those boxes had symmetry to them, and they released quite quite one after the other. Like it was a pretty short time between the two. And so I think if Python is coming, there's another Cobra Law set coming very close behind it. I just don't know what it would
yeah.
be.
I mean Royal Guard. I mean we
Yep.
got. I think they'll, if they're smart, they'll do a 2 pack of Royal Guards, but
Oh,
who knows?
you'll get a Cobra Law Viper and a Cobra Law Bat,
Yeah,
Cobra Law
you know,
Ninja.
man, an organic like Cobra Law bat. I'd have to say, I may be sold on that. I might have to see that one. Starfighter is in the house. Said his rattlers finally shipped. He was the 166th person to order. Next year, I should wait until the end so that I could get it sooner. Maybe
Mm.
region as others in Oklahoma are getting theirs. I don't know about Oklahoma, but I know Missouri got theirs. People in Missouri got theirs a month ago. Now I'm in Tennessee, Starfighter, and my cousin who lives 20 25 miles away at most was in the second batch. Um he got his 4th of July weekend. So, and I live 25 miles away, and I got mine Wednesday, a week ago today. So there's no rhyme or reason. Um, Turk says he saw a couple on local marketplace for him for 500.
Yep.
That's
So
that's not bad
stands.
right now.
So the average in Canadian right now, everybody's looking at is between 750 and 8, and that's with all the figures and glorious patches included. And so in Canadian, that translates to about 5 to 6 for you guys. So
Yeah,
stands about
that's
right.
that's in line. That's in
Yeah.
line. Matthew says, no rattler, no snake armor, but porta potties. Yay. So isn't it funny that we ordered that thing in October. That's when it went up. We ordered it. I think it was the weekend of Punk's Streamathon, or it was the very next, like whatever, Tuesday after it, because that's when they were showing all the pictures off, was at MCM London because he and I were talking about it during the day Saturday during the streamathon because we were just trying to find stuff to talk about and that broke. So we ordered it in October and we're getting it now in August, or maybe it'll be here by the end of August. Who knows? So that's 10 months. But Matthew's comment here, for the last few months, we've been going, where's the porta potty, the modular fortification? Like they took it off the website. We forgot about that. And they're finally shipping it and we're getting a notice on it. And we're like, fuck that thing. Send the snake armor instead. Send
I
slice
think
and dice. Like we don't even care about that anymore.
so. I feel like half the thing about the porta potty, the Cobra one, is like I feel like a lot of people are just kind of going, "Were we supposed to take this seriously? Because it's gone. We didn't take it seriously, and like now you're like making it unavailable." It just felt weird. This feels like an item that should have been on that catalog for the rest of time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there should have
Yeah.
always been the Porta Bot, John, and Trench Viper, just like the Joe one. You should be sick of looking at them.
Yeah. I agree because that's what they do. Like the stuff it shows up and then it vanishes. All the army builder stuff, it's around for a minute and then most of it vanishes. There's a few holdouts, Techno Viper and the retro Vipers and retro Snow Serpents, but a lot of that army build stuff. Look at the ferret.
But
where's
so
where the hell's the
I understand
ferrets?
the army build stuff being one thing that's kind of really pushing a lot of extra sales on Joe. But to me, like, okay, so yeah, you don't have the Trench Viper available for army building anymore, but modular toys inherently, no matter what company, are successful for being modular and collectible, right? So to me, having a limited quantity of this modular toy, you just shot yourself in the foot before you even got to the start line on this idea.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
it's
agree.
ridiculous. Yeah.
It just they know people want it. Like they know people want it, and
Well, it's a
the,
gateway toy to other modular systems, and you've just taken out a major linchpin and said, "No, you won't be able to build off the first one." Okay, I
yeah,
don't know if I'm going to buy more of them.
yeah, and if you get this one and you like it, you can get your shit out of luck because there ain't no
Yeah,
more of them. So, that's like they take so long to get it out, and then you
I-
get it, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. I want to stack these things to the ceiling, and then they're
yeah.
gone. And it's like, well, I guess I could give 100 and a quarter for one online if I, pay
But
for
it
the
also
price of two.
comes back to why was the Alley Viper that hard to remake? Like was he a really expensive figure to make? You had to limit those qualities. I highly doubt that. Like
Well,
the
sure getting
reason
their
for its
mileage out of
exclusive.
his weapons.
Well, yeah, and the reason for it being so hard to find is just ridiculous. Like any other alley viper, you'd find them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
After the hubbub of the first one finally died down, and
yeah.
I wasn't around for that. That was before my time in classified, but I know the
Well,
stories.
you can hop on BBTS right now and go get the Urban Alley Viper on sale. Like you can
Oh
still
yeah,
get them. It's the Crimson Guard one that's hard to find, but
yeah, and which
yeah.
was a Walmart exclusive.
Dun, dun,
uh,
dun.
Walmart Army Builder Cobra.
Yeah.
Russell Cruz is in our house and says, is New York Comic Con is in October. I think he just meant New York Comic Con is in October. So
Yeah.
that's
So
what I was thinking. But he says, PulseCon, White Vegeta's in the house. What's going on, man? Says hello, just stopping by. Good to see you here, man. Thanks for stopping by for a few. Oh, Russell says, what are you thinking for next year's HasLab? What's coming out? I don't even want to start thinking about next year's HasLab yet,
why
but
not? I do. I'm always thinking about that. I have
but
no idea though.
I'm damn it, hides are full. The hides are full. I
I
want
know.
the hides are full.
You
It's
want the
back.
hydrofoil, so we're getting the despoiler. Or no, the demon.
Okay,
Pardon me, the demon.
the spoiler. So you want to talk about them juicing the Snow Cat to make it a HasLab? What would they have to do to the despoiler?
It'll be much larger. No, no,
Oh,
I meant the
yeah,
demon.
yeah,
I could see
demon.
them doing a demon.
One of the two. One of the two. White Vegeta says instead of Cobra Law, it'll be the Dinosaur Dino Hunter. If that Hasbro Mattel merger ever did happen, you probably would
Oh
see that a
Jesus.
whole lot quicker with the Jurassic Park. Uh,
Yeah, I could see it.
Royal Guard and Cobra Law Scientists. That would be a good 2 pack.
Yeah.
They'd be the scientists would have to have a couple different heads. Maybe repurpose that once a man Cobra Commander head, paint it a little different, paint it blue. Hmm.
Well, I don't know if I'd want to see them reuse Once a Man Cobra Commander. He was such a niche thing. It'd be like making a Fatal Fluffy and then finding a reason to reuse that Fatal Fluffy buck.
I'm trying to think of reuse for a Fatal Fluffy Buck.
Wookie. That's about all.
They,
Wampa
they have
Wookie.
a Fatal Fluffy Bounty Hunter.
Mhm.
Sabir says maybe Cobra again, something water based. Uh, Something no one really thought would be a HasLab project. So kind of like the Snowcat.
So here's a question. What if they tapped and into something they did with Star Wars and said, you know, this year we're not going Joe or Cobra. We're going to go into a neutral terrain set, like a cantina kind of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a weather dominator, maybe it's a mass device, maybe it's something else entirely, like a prison or something. I don't know, something from a cartoon.
That would be sweet. Now, I'm all, I keep saying that I think they're going to go to this paid to order or made to order model like
I agree.
Marvel's doing. I think they're going to have to at least start offering that kind of stuff in GI Joe, and I think me and Pop talked about it last week. Like that would be a perfect one to start right now with mass device.
So
If that
I
was made to
agree.
order mass device,
I agree, and I also like between made to order and HAL Lab, so I think it's due because of exactly what we're talking about today, space. People's Space has just taken a massive hit with the Dragonfly, followed by a Rattler, followed by a Snowcat, which is going to be a large vehicle. And if they bought anything else, like a Vanguard or the new NECA Rumbler there,
mm-hmm.
shelf space is the conversation topic being hogged by a bunch of figures standing probably very close together and balanced, right? So I think taking a page like Ramen doing their tunnel network, if GI Joe did a headquarters or a Cobra headquarters terrain
A
set
pit.
of some sort for a Hab Lab, yeah, a pit or a section of Terradrome, as some people have talked about before, I think that would make a lot of sense this point in the line, just because of the number of sheer figures they have.
Yeah, you could take either one of those, but just for example, a pit playset and put it,
Mhm.
get you a little cabinet table, not like a little plastic shelving, but you have to have like something solid, like a cabinet. Throw a sheet on over it, or if you're crafty and can make something around it, and then set that mug on it so it sets up. And if it's anything like that ramen musculator, that thing's enormous. And then you
Yeah.
have it on your level, on eye level, where you can sit there and do pictures, put your figures in it like a shelving system, interacting with it. Something like that would be awesome. I think everybody would like to see stuff like that.
So my dream Joe display is one that I would have to buy from 3D printing it, and it was one that I tried doing in my very first fob video, and it would be an amphitheater of having the 3 row seating, so all the Joes could seat above and look down at Hawk giving a brief. A simple
Yeah,
horseshoe layout with this blank space in the middle and a projection screen or something. It's very effective, but it's maximizing that space to get your Joes on the shelf, right? You can fit
yep.
like 30 guys in a 3 row seating. I think
Something like
little things like that
something
go
like
a long way. Yeah.
that would be great. I'd love to see something like that. And Action Figure Addict and Jay said, when are we getting a Thunder Machine? And hopefully They'll give us the Thunder Machine as a Pulse exclusive, not an overpriced 325 HasLab. They'd said a while back that the Thunder Machine didn't need to be, but they said a Snow C.A.T didn't either. Times have changed. The line has grown. That was then. This is now. I get it. I don't think the Thunder Machine should be a HasLab. I think we'll see a Thunder Machine pretty soon as a some sort of a Pulse exclusive, probably like the Vamp. Maybe what I'd like to see out of a Thunder Machine is make it with a bunch of different parts so you can build it. We talked about this before. Give us the classic, the Trans Am front end and all of the panels, but make it modular so you can bring it up to date. Maybe you actually want to put a hood on it and have the guns poking out or something.
Yeah.
That would be an awesome way to do the Thunder Machine and update it yet keep it the same.
I'm still an advocate for these, the way that Bandai handles a lot of properties and the Transformers line that's so successful right now, where you build your figure from off the
Yeah.
sprues. They're all colored pieces. All the colors are there, so there's no painting involved, and you have your electronics. It seems very cost effective, really, but it's not going to hit with everybody in the market. But I think that's a great way to get a lot of bigger vehicles out on a third category than from made to order or Hasbro. Here's what confuses me, and while I say hi to Tony's Figs because I'm glad to see him here.
What up, Tom?
Everybody watched that video and they saw the pardon me, what was the vehicle again that we were just talking about? The
Thunder
Havoc?
Machine?
No, Thunder Machine. So the Thunder Machine, and then there was the Joe. I never had it, but it came with Cross Country.
Havoc.
The Havoc. So everybody focused on the Havoc on there, and I thought that was a brilliant move for for that to just get fed into us the way it was at the time. So much buzz about the Thunder Machine. Then you saw the Havoc in the background with Cross Country, and I think that was Pathfinder sitting in the turret, right? I really think those videos were about those two figures more than it was about the machine. I think we're going to see those two figures get name dropped at some point, not necessarily the vehicle.
Well, I am all in for some cross country. I love the Havoc. I'd have rather seen the Havoc as a HasLab. Some people say it's not iconic enough, but I think that might be outweighed by the fact that it is more worthy of being a HasLab. Let's see.
So everybody remembers how sci-fi the vehicle started getting, and I think that's where everybody starts having these heavy opinions, like it's not worthy of this and that. But I get excited about those sci-fi vehicles that have no real life counterpart because of the classified way of updating things. So they take a fictitious vehicle and they update that to make it look almost achievable. I think that's the Havoc is a prime vehicle where that's going to pay off well if they do it. I just don't know if they'll do it.
Yeah, I mean they'd have to swap it around a little bit because it's just not practical. It wouldn't make sense because we're 40 and 50-year-old people buying this thing, so we want it to at least be somewhat practical in our fantasy military line, I think.
Yeah, and G.I. Joe is guilty of a lot of glass canopy opening vehicles because that was the play fun of your toys. Is that practical in military? Yeah, count the number of glass canopy military vehicles are rolling around on the ground right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's what I mean. I love the Havoc. I'd love to see it, but they would have to give us some sort of an armored canopy. They'd have to make it where the figures didn't let they set up in it. So they'd have to change some stuff around. It would be huge. The Havoc would be.
It would be. I think it would look sick. I think everybody would want it, but I think it would be expensive as hell. Look how much they're already charging for a Snow C.A.T.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I'm with you. Turk says hydrofoil or bust, and Bobby wants the buzz bore. What if it's the buzz bore?
The Super Pogo.
Triple C's in the house. What's going on, Crimson Cobra Commander?
Yeah.
Lady J funded. We broke the news. We were here. So we saw it all.
Which did she come with? Was she coming with the fish in the frying pan, or was she coming with the sausages?
I think she comes with the fish because I think they were smart enough not to make the Valkyries number 69, so I think they probably gave Flint the sausage.
Man. Well, Lady J's getting the sausage. If Flint isn't there,
She's
it's
getting
just
the
gonna be her and
sausage.
Frostbite eating all those goodies.
Yep,
Flint's gonna have some questions.
having all the sausage. So
Hasbro fans,
yes,
for the safety of our childhood, you have to keep Flint and Lady J together. Let's push that. Come on, no breaking up that happy
okay.
couple.
So now uh Alpha says Woody wants a classified mean dog. A mean dog would be a
Mean
badass
Dog would be sick.
HasLab,
Yeah.
and it would be bigger than the Havoc. So I
Mhm.
just noticed this. So I have this up. So hold on, let me come on. While we're talking about this, I just gotta, and I'm sure somebody probably it's before. So all right. So Flint comes with the sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Lady J has the fishing poles, but they very cleverly made sure they put the fish with the bivouac.
Oh,
You
oh.
can't have Lady J coming with the fish. So
There's a chance we're gonna get Lady J showing up with a fishing rod. That is all.
I am a little disappointed that they didn't give her a diamond tip javelin since they're leaning into
Mhm.
the cartoon so much. We're at 10,089 backers on the Snow C.A.T, so it's gone up
Keep her
100 since we've
rolling.
been on.
Yeah, we can get to 12. We can get to 12, guys. 12 is doable. 14 is the goal, but 12, we can do that.
Triple C wants to know how we are. Tired and my foot
Um,
hurts. Triple C.
I'm effing amazing. Men want to be me. Women want me. Animals talk to me. I don't know, man. I'm good. How are you?
That's only because you got a kayak now.
That's right. Might as well be a big Mercedes-Benz symbol hanging off my neck.
That's right. Hood ornaments. Remember wearing hood ornaments? Well, you probably don't,
That's
but
right.
some of you guys probably
No.
do. I was guilty of that. I was one of those dumbasses. 610 Yo Joe Daddy is in the house. Says, "What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all smash that like button and subscribe. I'm 95% sure now all tiers unlocked. Please give us the Havoc in 2 years." Yeah, we're just kind of talking about that, and that is something else, guys. We got 26 people watching right now, so if you haven't hit that like button or listening on that replay, I always forget to mention it.
So,
And also,
uh,
if you're not subscribed to me and Crows somehow and you're watching this, please go over and do so.
no, stop. I'm going to talk now.
All
Listen,
right.
if there's anybody not subscribed to 3-Star Draw, you've been sitting on the fence long enough. Go have a look. The man is teetering on that 500 mark. Put him over. If you've already subscribed, go call one of your lazier friends. Tell them to drag their sorry ass over here and get 4 of them to subscribe. Put him over 500 today. The man deserves more than that. That's all I'm going to say on it. And then go buy another HasLab to punish yourself. Do it.
Yep. We need them fish. Need them fish.
Yeah. It's about the fish now.
It's all about the fish. So thank you, Crow. Well, actually, it's all about the sausage. That's hashtag all about the sausage because Flint's got the
No,
sausage.
nope. I can't draw eyes to that, but you go ahead and do that for both of us. I'm just not secure
Hashtag
enough.
all about the sausage at Krusty Old Crow.
That would be the end of it. I'd end the channel. We went that way. All those subs are there for the wrong reason.
That's right. You came for a different sub, didn't you?
The
Not the sandwich.
Oh geez, I forgot
Jasper
to
says,
plug this in.
oh no. Crow has
Oh
the best
no.
intro music on his videos. I love Crow's intro music.
So
Uh,
if they ever start clawing money for the song Beanie, I'm done. I have to change that video. I can't monetize it. I'm so dependent on that song.
Man, it's working. I love that
Mm.
song. It's a jam. I turn it on, I listen to one of your videos, and like, I love the little crow dancing with the
I
wings
loved it
doing
when I
that.
found that GIF.
It's like
Oh,
that's
thank you very
great.
much, though. Yeah, no, I
It's
appreciate
great.
people like that song. I wish I wrote it.
Um, right. Well, you're not making any money off of it.
No, I'm
Off
not
the
making any money
song.
off it anyways.
They're not.
No,
Um,
I'm not
uh,
monetized.
uh, Turk says, I think all three will be a stretch. And then White Vegeta says 17 to 18K is his guess. That's another. That's 7 or 8 thousand more. I get my guess was 16.2. That was what I guessed.
Yeah.
Pop Blender and I wrote it. I wrote it down last week. Everybody that was in that stream, and I wrote down people's guesses, and mine was 16.2.
I can't remember what my guess was, but it wasn't far from your guys's. And I
Yeah,
mean, what I'm trying to figure out, guys, and clearly I think other content creators that we talk to know the answers to this, is just how many other numbers haven't been added to this total, or are we getting the full transparency? Meaning, like, are we getting the numbers from the European market? Are we seeing all the retailer markets from across the globe, or just in the American US market? At that final hour, is it what we see, or is there going to be a bunch added to it? And that's the only
I
hope I
think
have, is that there's numbers we don't see right now.
I think
Otherwise, I
they
don't think
add
it is
that
3Ds.
in. I think they add that in during on the last day when you see the giant jump on the last
Okay.
day. I think that is when they add those numbers in because we're all Triple C. I think said it a few minutes ago. There'll be a huge spike tomorrow. I think that's when they add that stuff in. Like at some point, somebody that's watching it is going to see it go from like 11,000 to like 13 or something. You know, just a huge when they dump all of those numbers in. Um,
Okay.
let's see. Mark Harkness is in the house, and I had your comment highlighted, and I just lost it. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. Nacelle is releasing a Generations James Kurt with the eggs and dillweed. So, yeah, if the Snow C.A.T hits it, you can get your Nacelle Captain Kurt with the sausage and bring some eggs. It's that's I like that
Fuck.
stuff though.
Oh my God. So Shatner's in like Flint.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
Shatner around Lady J. Like
He,
you can't have
Kirk,
Kirk around
Kirk,
Lady J.
Kirk's a nasty man. He's been with
Yeah.
green people. Yeah.
Just he don't care, man. He don't see color or species. He don't care. We
You
should all
lost my
aspire to
taste
be
buds. I
like
grill
Captain
ya.
Kirk.
Yeah.
Um, Roman says he's done with classified once they make Muskrat and Lifeline. Odd choices, odd choices, but you
What?
know we're getting Lifeline.
No, Roman's my generation. I can kind of see it. That's after that, some of the ground force troop characters start getting really colorful with lasers and things. That's not his flavor. I know Roman from a
Yeah,
while on the channel. He was
yeah,
never down with that stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So we know we're getting Lifeline. So let's see. Snow C.A.T pacing of it's really picked up the
I
last
just saw
4 days. Well,
Bobby.
it's about to end.
Yeah, Bobby's comment there. He says it's gonna get to 15,999. Just deny us
Yeah.
that, Flint, and everybody will just rage on Emily because she didn't buy one.
Oh no, Flint's at 14.
No,
So
is he
you
at 14? Then we're
13.
good.
Yeah, he's at
Oh,
14. So
that's right, and no fourth tier. God damn it.
yeah.
Yeah.
People are saying all kind of stuff. Like I've seen, like, oh, maybe they'll throw in this, or maybe they're not gonna do shit.
They
Ain't
would
gonna do
have
it.
said something a long time ago if they
Uh,
had something
uh,
else coming.
not gonna do it. Not
Not
gonna do it.
gonna do it.
Let's
Wouldn't be
see.
prudent at this time.
Of all the Joe vehicles, Jamie says all the Joe vehicles I could wish for to own in real life, the Snowcat would be in the top three. Give me a Rolling Thunder. Excessive force. That would be a good
I don't know.
stream. Like, what would you really want to own?
I
That'd be
wonder
a
how
good
much
topic.
trouble I could get into with a whale.
With the whale. Yeah,
Lands,
you got a good
yeah,
spot for a whale. I
I
just got
can I
stupid
can bounce all
lakes.
over this country. Yeah.
You can jump. Yeah, and you got the perfect environment for it. So, yeah, like Turk says, didn't Kirk poke a green gal one time? Yeah,
At
yes,
least
he
one
did.
time. Yeah.
Yes, he did. Viper Scout's in the house. What's going on, Viper Scout? Hey, Viper Scout, have you heard we're getting Lady J? We're getting Lady
Hmm.
J. So let's see. Let me remove this. And while we're talking about the Snow Cat, I want to talk about this that popped up earlier today. And this kind of seems like a, I don't know. I don't even know what to say it, like a last ditch, like a plea almost. So this was BMAC earlier, I guess, put this on Instagram, and it was how to cancel a HasLab order, and it tells you instructions on how to cancel a HasLab order. You have 15 days after it
Okay,
closes.
so this is again that toxicity that I personally I think this is like why do you do that? Right? You cry all the way through the campaign about the product, destined to fail. People already know how to order it. There are big boys and girls. They can look up how to cancel their orders. You cheerleading your little instruction manual does not make you anything other than just another fly in the ointment for people trying to enjoy their products. This kind of stuff annoys the piss out of me, but carry on.
Well, this is BMAC. It's his product. So this
Yeah.
is the this is the you know
Oh
this is
wow,
this is
it's his own.
this is
He
Hasbro
put this
guy.
there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's even worse to me. Like,
So yeah.
never mind everything I said.
So
I didn't realize that was from BMAC. I thought this was just some from somebody else.
no, this is that's exactly
Oh,
it. Like he put this out, and this is to get the numbers up. This is so people can order it and then cancel it. This
you
is
do
just to
that.
help pump the numbers up.
Okay,
As
that's different if the company did it. I get it, but sorry. I thought this was another person trying to promote the. You could just pull your order out.
yeah.
Like we don't know how to
So
do that.
so that's how I read this post. And yeah, he is over. He's not on the Joe team. I don't think. But
No, I
it's
thought he
just
was
somebody.
never. I thought he was temporary
Was he
while
always?
Emily was away.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Well, that's what he says. Maybe when he went back to Transformers, I don't know because Emily's like not really back on Joe from what we've seen. She was for SDCC and for this. I don't know the inner workings, but either way, it's somebody from Hasbro telling you how to cancel a
Hmm.
HasLab, and
Okay. Well, I
so
rescind
maybe
everything I said then.
yeah, so maybe I'm reading it the wrong way, but to me, this was like, hey, pump them numbers up so we can hit the tiers, and then you guys got 15 days to cancel it if you don't really want it. So there has been a lot of question about that though, about
And
like how long you have to cancel. So at least it's clarified here.
mm, yeah, I guess I can understand that then, but I don't know. It just seems weird to put such a negative spin on your own product. Like, hey guys, don't just forget you can pull it out. Like that, it just ebbs of a lack of confidence, if that makes
Ye-
sense.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Kind
Yeah.
of a lack of confidence in your own thing.
Yeah. It's like
And
it's like a sports team, like the LA Kings going up for the Stanley Cup and then reassuring their fans like, "Hey, just in case we don't win, we want you to understand." It's like, "No, no, just talk about winning." Okay?
yep. So we got that, but before we got no, actually this was the first one I think, but we've also well, I'll go through all of these till I find the one I'm looking for. There it
Sure.
is. So this popped up earlier today. So tomorrow at 12 Eastern, they're doing a live Q&A session about the HasLab, about the Snow Cat. Now, when I saw this at first, I saw it on Facebook and there was no context. And I was like, who is doing it? And then I saw it on Instagram and it come from Pulse. like on Hasbro's Instagram account. So
Okay.
they're doing a live stream with a Q&A about the Snowcat. Have they ever done that before on the day
I
it
was
closes?
just wondering, did they do that for the Rattler when it closed? I don't recall.
Don't I don't think so. And I mean it's got to be because it hadn't hit all the tiers. Like we had long since hit all the tiers on the other ones by now. It stalled with Glenda, during the Dragonfly, and it hit a wall, and then it picked up, and then they did the old switcheroo, and we saw we were going to get Crazy Legs instead of a steel core guy, and it picked up. People want Crazy Legs for some reason. So then the
Mm.
Dragonfly blew past it. Rattler sailed along, didn't really have any problem knowing stuff was going to hit with the Rattler. But I saw this today, and this was obviously before we were getting Lady J. This was several hundred away from unlocking Lady J when this went up.
Hmm.
This is how do you think this is going to go for them with as much criticism as this HasLab has gotten? You know what the comments are like in these Hasbro streams.
Oh God, yeah. I like for one, nobody. Yeah, the chat's going to be a cesspool. Um, I'm just trying to wonder what the intent is, right? Like, so yeah, in order to say, hey, we're going to do a live stream and we're putting it right at this time, it's going to be about the Snowcat, which is just about to close and has clearly not been as popular as we had hoped. What's the intent with this? To change people's minds? Or are you
Well,
about to show them something new to try and do this huge last second push?
I have seen a little bit of speculation of people saying that's earlier when I said people are going, oh, if they throw in this, if they throw in that, there is some rumblings that maybe they're going to do some extra incentive to get it to hit all of the tiers. What do you think about that? I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to
Nope.
show off a more finished actual
Yep.
product than what they showed us in the beginning, which they should have had to begin with. And they're going to pump it up. They're going to show it in a diorama. They're going to talk
Hmm.
about all the features, but I don't think they're going to throw in anything extra. I could be wrong, but I don't see them doing
No,
that.
no. Because what would be the precedence? Look at all the people who have already tried to, like, what, like reverse public fund Hasbro with their comments, right? Like, don't fund this to the last minute because it's probably not going to push the tiers, and pull out. So you can
Yeah.
pull out and do all this, and I'm going to pull out and blah blah blah. So how do you reward that by saying, well, if you do that enough, we'll feel a pressure to add more for that set price? That's a
And
bad
that's
precedence for a company to start.
what I was going to say. That sets a precedent for any other HasLab that does not blow the doors off in the first few days. That sets a precedent for if we just hold out and don't back it, they're going to give us extra shit.
Yeah,
So
the mistake
I
is
don't think
the,
they will.
the the mistake is the masses thinking they can hold a company hostage or paint them into a corner when they really don't give a fuck. Like they don't. If
Yeah,
this thing
and
doesn't fund, okay, that's bad for them, but they're not going to sit there and kiss your ass to make it fund.
no, and I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that.
Mm.
Waiting, because I still say that like I want them to sweat. I ain't gonna lie.
Sure.
I'm that person you just talked about. They don't give a shit about me personally, but
No,
I want them to sweat a little and
but they're
make better
not. That's
decisions.
Look, this is the big thing, man. And I mean, there's my buddy, so I can talk to him like this. Like they don't care. They really don't. You're not making them sweat. You're not doing
Yeah,
anything but just kind of being the one person that they're going, okay, that's the one we're not reaching, right? If you are protecting your money because you're concerned your investment isn't worth it, absolutely, I understand your reluctance to order this to the very last second to see where it's going to go. 100% agree with that. But if this
yeah.
comes about trying to make it some sort of group movement statement against a company, people are never going to be satisfied because they're not going to see those results ever.
Yeah, I
That's
don't.
just my opinion, right? So
I, I just they rely so much on their focus groups and their intel, and we get told that they watch YouTube
ab-
and Instagram and
absolutely,
all of that. So that's why I'm
opinions
wondering
and
how this is going to go
information
for them.
gathering. No,
Yeah,
and that's where your reluctance would hold weight when they start going, what is the buzz? What are the opinions? What is the information that's out there about these
yeah,
consumers, right? But you went back to the focus groups. Yes, they had a focus group last year about this. The Snowcat was on there with the Mauler, the Thunder Machine, and I can't remember what the other one was, but it was the Rattler, pardon me, and they went
the
with the
the
Rattler.
no, this was for the Joe vehicles for this year.
Okay,
It
so
was
either way,
the Hammer. Was it? I think was it the Hammer was one
I
of
don't
them, like
remember.
one of the later ones. I
Somebody in
think
the
it was the
comments might
Hammer.
put it up there. My point being is right after that focus group, well, Ramen's already doing a tank. So it's not saying that that's why Hasbro didn't do it, but one was already going out on the market at a certain price point. So if they decide to pivot and do the Snowcat, great. But that's the thing. Like they can pivot whenever they want on a lot of things, but everybody acts like it should be over dissatisfaction, like
Yeah.
initial dissatisfaction. And that's not going to do it. They're going to wait to see if the project fails on its own.
Yep. And I want to look at some of these comments that I got starred here. So right back up, Triple C asked you and I, what's more likely, a moccasin or a moray? More likely moccasin.
Moccasin.
Just
Moccasin,
because
because you can get it at price
yeah,
point.
that's $100 vehicle or less.
Yep. And
Um,
even if it came with a new female driver of some sort, it's still under 100. Or no,
probably,
it would be 125. Sorry, but
yeah, yeah, probably it would probably be a female too, since we already got two copperheads with no moccasin, and then of
well, they
course a
just fit everywhere.
devilfish. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Yep, a devilfish for the Joes, and I do still say that they screwed up by not putting wetsuit with the devilfish. I'll die on that hill. Clint Jorgensen is in the house. They'll cancel the stream, I bet, but I respect them for doing it. If we don't have the bivouac by the time this stream goes on, I don't think they'll cancel it. If the
Yeah.
bivouac's not there yet by then, I don't think they'll cancel it.
I think
Um,
we're all counting on Australia right now, right? Because it's just starting to be the daytime in Australia right now. So, g'day, mates.
mhm.
Get on the computer.
Yep,
Grab yourself a
yep.
Snowcat. You know you want it. Go.
Shark
Looks
eyes,
good on
go
the
ahead and
beach.
order 5 or 6. I need to
Yeah.
ask. I need to ask Frostbite if he's ordering this thing.
I
Um,
think it goes
but
without saying he is.
what? But he don't really like classified all that much though. He's got
It
some,
comes
but
with
he's not.
frostbite.
He definitely needs it. I mean, I think he definitely needs it. Stanley says the IG team needs to have all their ducks in a row for that live. Someone off camera to filter the incoming questions. Oh, yeah, they're filtering the questions. That's what the chat box was here, was to comment on this post with your
they'll
questions.
be they'll be lucky if there are questions. I think they're just going to be filtering all
It's
the
yeah,
slamming.
it's just gonna be hate. It's gonna be
Yeah,
hate.
I
Um,
ain't funding this.
uh,
Why are you on the live? I ain't funding this.
yeah. Oh, this sucks. This is a stupid
Okay.
idea. Triple C says you want Ultimate HasLab make a Transformer GI Joe vehicle, like one that actually transforms, or like a
So they're doing that with the 3 3/4.
like Rodimus Prime in like in GI Joe. But
Hmm.
let's see. Clint
I
says
think,
they're
you know,
probably going to sweeten the pot. Clint thinks.
I doubt
I
it.
don't
I
know.
wouldn't.
I don't think so.
I'd be
And
stingy as
Stan
hell at this point.
Stanley kind of counter says sweeten the pot, lower the bivouac, and just like lower the goals. Again, I think it sets a
Yeah,
really bad precedent if they did that.
exactly. You now have all the power over the next HasLab. Well, they try to invent new rules and lines they won't cross to sell it.
Yeah,
Once you
yeah,
give, you always give,
yeah.
right? They're not known for giving.
Dreadnought says a
Hey,
fourth fig should have stayed standard. I agree. They saw
yep.
with the Rattler last year, and they tried to do it again this year, except something people may actually want. And I see it split. There's as many people that don't care about the bivouac as people that think it's awesome and can't wait for a green one.
Sure. And
But four
like
figures, yeah,
four figures to me should have been the standard. But again, if we had gotten the four figures, I don't think we'd be looking at a 325 price. I think we'd be looking at a 350. I don't think they would have done the fourth figure at that price.
well,
They're not.
they did it with the Dragonfly for 275.
That was 2 years ago.
That's
You don't
that's
go.
true.
You don't stay the same. You keep trying to get more every year.
Well, I mean, I was surprised this year's offering was the same as last year's. I
Mhm.
said all year I was expecting a $400 or more whale, $450 whale. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking. And uh, Dreadnought's got a point. I disagree. Money talks. If we didn't fund the HasLab, it would change. I'd like to see the
Oh,
HasLab model go away.
hey, if this one fails in any way, you're right. It'll change. It'll change for the next HasLab how they approach it. It will not change for a HasLab while it's live. Sorry, I shouldn't say it will not. I strongly am of the opinion that it is very bad business to cave to that while it is active. You learn from it and you do better the next time. You do
Yeah,
not make yourself seem fallible.
yeah, that's
Stakeholders hate that.
that's true. And Jamie says Hasbro don't do anything unless they know it's going to be profitable. If the HasLab had failed, they'd have been fine because they wouldn't have had to put out money in advance. And
There you go.
Dreadnought
Crowdfunded, right?
says Dreadnought says that's not true. Look at the movies. Look at Star Wars. That don't matter. They can't do anything about Star Wars. They
No, it's not
to
them.
make them Star Wars figures, they got to do what Disney says
Yep.
to keep that going.
Yep.
And he says, I funded too. I'll bitch if I like. You do have a point. So
Yeah,
that
you
is,
earned it.
yeah, you did. So
Yeah.
let's go. We'll go back and we'll look at these. We're going to look at the Snow C.A.T again. We're going to look at some of the pictures that we should have gotten at the beginning. And I really think that we probably didn't because I don't think they had a model that they could do pictures of with
No,
yet.
and he said that in the reveal. He said a lot of the finer little details were not done yet. They just had their painted mock-up proto there that they were showing off. So when we do this reveal, I think you're going to see a lot more little subtle details, probably in the crew area with the seats and things like that. But yeah, the new shots. I mean,
They'll
I
make it
wish
look
these shots
great.
had been available earlier. You know what I mean? They do a
Yeah,
good job selling it here. Great use
they
of kitchen flour to dust
yeah
up those
yeah
tracks. You
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Uh, Everything looks good, but I still feel like when they revealed this, I feel like it was woeful. They were all woefully unprepared to
Hmm.
be trying to push us a HasLab without a finished model, without good product shots. Anytime something goes up for pre-order, we get these. Shooting the
So
Galaxy, we
yeah,
get these, and they didn't have
one
them.
of the ones, now that I think about it, one of the ones I'm sure was not done by the time they did the initial reveal was the bivouac. Because I think that they hadn't done the proper frame system or figured out quite that how to make it collapse at that point. Or else I think they would have shown that it stowed inside those benches on the initial reveal. Like they would have shown one stowed in the benches. I don't think they had that sorted out at the time either. And
No,
we
because
see
we
that now
talked.
it does collapse, right? So
Yeah, that I mean that was a big sticking point for you and I was why does
mhm.
this not fit in here?
Yeah.
So let's see. Jay said yes, it was the hammer was the other one
Okay,
in that
the
focus
Humvee,
group. I thought
right?
yeah, which would
Yeah.
which would be awesome, but also not worthy of a HasLab. I don't
Well,
think.
is the Humvee really an iconic Joe vehicle as much as it is just an iconic American vehicle?
No, the hammer was not. Definitely, because it
Mhm.
came along too late. It was just one of the last awesome things that they did, but it was nice.
Yeah.
Um, so just go through these shots. So here's where we get to see our storage and that back compartment slid off there. Get to
Mhm.
see that our winch works, and there's this little fold down thing to hide it, which is neat little
With
skid plate.
yeah, with a bar to pull it down from. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big guy. I'm not the guy that gets blown away every time somebody throws a winch on a vehicle, right? But to see
Right.
it stowed shows a little bit of extra kind of cool. I like that. But
So these are, I mean, they he sells it. I mean, they always does
hmm
here with his photography. I mean, he sells the hell out of it.
yeah, I think
I
that's the
like
shittiest
that.
place I've ever seen tools stored, though. the On the doors of
Oh,
the engine compartment, you store your tools in there, and
oh
you hit a
yeah, yeah,
bump, and
yeah.
say,
You literally get a monkey wrench inside of it. So
all my wrenches
um,
are under the engine now.
that's right. And you used to work on those things.
Oh God, yeah.
So here you go. He's wait, where? Hold on, I went by it. Damn it! There it is. So he's he's got his tire tool out, adjusting the tension on the
This,
roller there on the sprocket.
yeah, the slack adjuster. You call that.
So that's what he
Yeah,
uses to beat the shit out of Cobra when he runs out of ammo in that big ass rifle is.
yeah. So I
uh,
actually kind of like that they're showing them doing the track maintenance and things like
yeah,
that, and they've given them a
I do
good
too.
tool. Like I can't criticize that. Like they're not going to throw every goddamn tool that guys
Oh no.
use into a kit, but they gave him a
Well,
good assortment.
you know what he's missing that he should have. You say it all the time
Hmm?
for tracked vehicles. You know what he's missing? That
No, what's that?
sledgehammer.
Not for this track. This is a
That
rubberized
sledgehammer.
track. No, this is a rubberized track, which is it's that's actually what that track would look like in real life. It's a one piece stitched together track. It doesn't have pads. You need a sledgehammer to take track pads off of tank
Right.
tracks. There's your
Right.
learning moment on
All right.
toys of all things.
Well,
Yeah,
I've never had to operate a giant piece of machinery that had rubber
there you
tracks.
go.
All the ones that I drove had metal tracks, and we used
Yeah.
sledgehammers. So,
So a lot of so some of our more modern, like our small little APCs, they switched to a rubber track because track pads have to be changed regularly. They wear out fast and then you start chewing up tarmac. So if you don't change your
yeah.
track pads regularly, you can't drive your tank off base. So they go to
Okay.
rubberized tracks for some of the lighter for lifespan.
Yeah, and we see that in like civilian stuff with like skid steers and
Yes, you do.
some
Yeah,
of your smaller pieces of equipment. So I got Triple
100%.
C's comment up I've had up for a minute. This is the most expensive HasLab so far. Knowing this, do you think a $400 or $500 well would fund? Yeah, I do.
Yes.
It would have funded a lot quicker than this would have at 325.
Yeah. I
Um,
was thinking for a whale, I was looking at about the 5 to 600 price point. But
I was
again,
thinking
you're talking about
450.
450.
I was thinking
Yeah, it just
450 with
depends
four
on
figures.
how they approach. So I was looking at it wasn't the size of the whale, it was what it could do, right? It had a lot of
Yeah,
functionality. You had two cupolas, you had an open spot, you had the droppable mines, you had the motorcycle, you had the fans, you had the two cannons that elevated, an escape sled, storage. There was a lot of function in there, and I feel like a HasLab would exploit that.
yeah. Yeah, well, I think they would explore. They'd exploit as much as they could, I mean,
And
to
that's
get
why I
as
think it
much
would
as they
be
could.
yeah, I
Uh,
think we'd be looking at the Jabba's palace kind of idea here.
yeah,
Yeah.
um, yeah. Night Raven, nah. Triple C says four most popular vehicles: Night Raven, Sky Striker, Whale, Moray. Do we see those happening? Um, I don't know about the planes. I think the planes are too big and awkward, but the Whale and the Moray, honestly, I think those are probably going to be the next two.
So I think the Sky Striker is probably more possible than people think because it is so iconic for the Joes. And now that they have a Rattler out there, there's kind of a reason for it. If you've solved what to do with your Rattler, you can solve what to do with a Sky Striker. But I
Yeah,
think the demand would be for what you guys talk about, the Moray and the other ones first.
yeah, yep.
Mm.
Dreadnought says width would probably be about the same as the Rattler. Probably would, depending on how much they wanted to do with internal storage.
Mhm.
Um,
Swing
and
wing, right?
Mister Mad Gus is in the house. What's going on, my man? Oh, let's see. All right. Get through our slides here, a couple more. So here's where we get to see our storage. So what me and you wanted, make this thing collapse and put it in the
Mhm.
back. Um, and there's our ski pedos. I love them. I know people think they're stupid. You don't like them, do you? I like these.
Well, I just think that we're going to see them again when we do start seeing some water vehicles. I think that's when we're going to see those torpedo reused. But, that was a part of the original toy. I can't slam it. I think it's the stupidest premise in the world, but it better be on there.
Yeah, yeah. They couldn't have not done these, no matter what people. How
No,
much our adult brain was like, "This is the dumbest damn thing I've ever seen." They couldn't make this vehicle and not have some configuration to do the ski pedos, right?
sure. I
Um,
mean, you have to have it, right?
and I love this frostbite with this damn percolator.
This perk, yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
it's the perfect, like I had a perk like that in my call sign, man. I
Yeah,
recognized that
yeah,
thing right away. I was so happy to see it. And this is like
yeah.
why I need this set. But
And
I also
and
look at that Biv and I'm wondering, like when Lenny decided he was going to take the rocket rack off, and then he talked about possibly working up the rocket rack to be a Sentry Station missile rack off the vehicle. I'm looking at the bivouac, wondering if it can be reconfigured to cover that thing with camouflage or things like that. Like, there's so much potential in this set if they have done anything more with it that we don't know about. But I just don't.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
I don't.
optimistic for a whole lot of reveals here.
I don't think we're gonna get anything else with it. And Triple C
Mm.
says the conquest. Jeremy Kimberlin's in the house. What's going on, Jeremy? And Jeremy says the
Yeah,
conquest is better than the Sky Striker. That's
I
a
can agree.
debate for the ages. I like both.
So I can agree financially, the Conquest would be much more sense to do. It would be a smaller
Yeah,
jet, and you could use it's just as iconic for Joe. I took the Sky Striker because I had one because I was part of the 82 and online, right? So Sky
yeah,
Striker was the first Joe jet we got. What
yep.
did Matthew say? Sky Striker is
Uh,
not possible?
Not possible. It's so much bigger. Not going to happen. The whale's $500, but a great HasLab. I think the whale,
Mm.
either of those would be a good HasLab, but you're only getting two figures in a Sky Striker. We've seen it with the Rattler. We got it with the Dragonfly. You're only getting two figures in it. You space. We're gonna talk about in a
Yeah.
few minutes is an issue, and you got to have something that you can put your guys on. There's only so much you can do with aerial vehicles. That's why I say
No.
boats are better than the aerial stuff because you can do more with them. Use them
And I'm
more
all about
for
that too. Like,
space.
while I say they could do the Sky Striker, like I said, I don't think it's very likely they ever would. I've seen what one looks like when it's printed to that scale. Baldy Locks showed his, and you're right.
Hmm.
Matthew's right. It is much larger. But to me, the question is the market there? And it might be. It might be. Like that
I think people
jet's
would
pretty
buy a Sky
popular.
Striker. I
Yeah.
think people would buy a Sky Striker, but it would be much easier, much more cost efficient to do the conquest. And I
Yeah.
had them
And I
both. I
don't.
mean, I had both. I love both of them. They're just two entirely different types of planes, but I mean, the Sky Striker is more iconic for GI Joe by far.
Yeah. And it had
Um,
parachutes.
yeah, yeah, gotta have our parachutes. Dreadnought's 3-star. You know how expensive boat ownership is? Yes, that's why I don't have one. Boat stands for bust out another 1,000. Yeah,
That's why people buy
they're
kayaks.
that's right. You buy a kayak, and you still gotta float. You put a trolling motor on there. So, yeah, boats are just holes in the water you throw money in. It's better to have friends with boats than to own boats.
That's fair.
Yeah, much better. Show up with beer and food and 20 or $50 for gas. Kimberlin says it comes down to the Night Boomer versus the Python Conquest for him. Oh, well, I mean, you're still looking at a um, uh, Raven and a Conquest, so they're just flopped for the faction. So I don't
Well,
know.
I kind of,
I don't see them doing the factional stuff for HasLabs though.
but no, not for HasLabs. It's they put figures from those factions because it's not walking a mainstream behind a paywall, right? Um,
Yeah,
but I mean, like, let's go back to Python Patrol for a second because it begs a good point. Aside from a trouble bubble, what do they got going on in their army? Right? They've been forgotten about Python Patrol as far as new stuff of any type. So a conquest in Python Patrol, I'd be all about that. Like, because the
yeah,
ferret got repainted into the tiger paw, and it was
immediately.
fast, and everybody said this makes sense, right? So I can see them going back and doing a couple of Python Patrol vehicles for previous collectors, but not without new Python Patrol troop builders to go with them.
Yeah, and I like Python Patrol, so just I'd be all right with that. I think
Sure.
the Cobra Hurricane VTOL with Vapor. We've talked about that one here on Battlefield before. That would be a
Mhm.
good one when we've talked about smaller vehicles to do. Down the comments, Viper Scout is told if it flies, floats, or fucks, rent it. Words to live by.
You
Words to
can't
live
disprove
by.
it. No.
Um,
Uh,
yep. And Stanley has the directing everybody over to Brink's HasLab chart is free over on Geek Dad Life. Um, Night Boomer with Freestyle and Python Conquest with Python Wild Weasel. Oh, yeah, but I'm going to need them to use better plastic on Wild Weasel. Man, I was so disappointed with Wild Weasel. That was so sad. Um,
That's too
Here we
bad,
get
man.
Frost.
I was Frostbite. Are you buying this HasLab?
Yeah, Frostbite. Are you buying it? Where are you?
I don't.
It's probably just waking up.
Yeah.
We get
Well, I
so.
thought you
Are
said
you
he was
going?
on here.
No, no.
Oh, okay.
Um, he should be on here because I got to talk to him.
Either
Talked
way.
to him yesterday. Talked to him yesterday. Let me add him. Nope. Um, so we get Frostbite on snowboard. I think this is neat. I mean, it's silly, but it's cool.
It
Get him
is the
over
most
here.
lazy looking jump he's done. Like it looks like
It's,
he's half-assing it.
it looks like he's about to fall right on his back, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been on a snowboard in my life, so maybe that's how they
Yeah.
work.
Nope. I don't
Uh,
know.
yeah, I don't know. Well, work looks fine to me.
He's got to do
uh,
something. He's not welcome at the camp with Flint and Lady J there. So off
no,
snowboarding he goes.
he had to go do he had to go do something
Yeah.
while Flint's getting the
Got
sausage out.
the
Mm,
third wheel games here.
yep. Uh,
Yeah.
Jeremy says, "Well, Wild Weasel is the weakest in the Rattler in the set. Rattler Gunner is beautiful. I agree. Figure Fight
Who
Club's
would have
in the
knew?
house. What's going on, man? Oh, do say reading. Oh, wait. There we go. Heat Viper, Blood, Rock Viper, Laser Viper, two other Vipers, and Motor Viper for what?
Python Patrol for Python Patrol in
Oh,
later
yeah,
years.
okay.
After
Yeah.
'94,
Now,
they opened it right up.
And those are good looking figures too. That Python
Sure.
Patrol Major Blood, I'd love to have that figure. That looks great. And Jamie
Yeah, I don't
says
have any Python Patrol.
my first time on a snowboard was his last. That would probably be the same with me.
Yeah.
And yeah, Raven and Joe Colors that'd be a good deep cut they could pull from the cartoon. GI Jetman is in the house. What's going on, Jetman? How you doing, buddy?
Good day, sir.
No. Oh, let's see. All right, let's get through the rest of these. So here's our Frostbite with his thermos. I like the
Yeah.
thermos because he has the the carafe, the percolators from the Bivouac set, and
So
he
if you go
comes with
back
the
to the
thermos.
yeah, and you scrolled right past, but that thermos is a two-piece thermos too. So he's got the
Yeah,
coffee cup that isn't a reprint of the one they threw in the Awe Striker, right? And that they've given the
yeah,
other two Joes. He gets the lid of his thermos. I think that's good. That's
yeah.
cool. They didn't have to make that two-piece. They did, but
No, I love that they did that because if we get this and we're like, man, it would have been really cool if the cup come off as an actual cup. If the lid come off to
Mhm.
use as an actual cup, and they did it. They put that much thought into it.
And
So
here's the thing, right? Like on the Dragonfly, we got a bunch of Night Force guys, right?
yeah,
Like some fringe characters, everything like that. If you look at these second heads for these attached tiers, they look like they would work well with Night Force as well. Like these extra heads look like they were just meant for another line entirely. Like the Black Recon Toque. I was like,
yeah,
man, I want these just for the extra heads. I don't even care if they're wearing winter stuff right now. I like that headset Black Recon Toque.
yeah. I don't. I'm glad it's Flint and Lady J and not Duke or Snake Eyes and Scarlet.
Oh
Um,
god, yeah.
Triple C's got to go charge his device. So have a good night, Triple C.
Yeah. Good night, buddy.
Stanley's toy room is in the house. What's going on, Stanley's toy room? And so here we got our couple different views of there it is hitting the hydraulic. Got the front and back. I
Yeah.
don't know if he's got the side to side on here, but we need an Easy E classified figure for
Yeah.
this.
This was from Operation Orderly.
Operation Lowrider Magazine. We get a head
Yeah.
sculpt with the dude with the glasses and the full brim hat
Yeah.
and the mustache. So then we get another one, get our dimensions again. So 21
Mhm.
inches long, 10 and almost 11 high, and almost 10 and a half wide. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be a big one. Reagan, give me the
I
big
think
ones.
this one's going to be a tough pull for a lot of people, right? The people that ordered it that were all about the Snow C.A.T, they're going to get satisfaction one way or another because they're going to have their Snow C.A.T now, right? And a lot of the people, sorry to bring you up as a point, that were trying to make a point by not backing this,
Stupid
I
people.
feel once that once we're about a year or two down this line and more of the winter characters come out and maybe Hasbro unveils a couple of other things that they just haven't shown, like Polar Battle Bear, a few other things, V2 Stalker with Kayak, all these other ones, people are going to wish that they had thought about this a little differently. And you know, like how often have you already heard, what do you think this is going to go for? Because there's so few of them out there.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
know.
everywhere. It's
Why
everywhere.
let it happen?
Yeah,
Like if you
it's
think you might want to know that price, just go get it now.
so it's
You know what I
not.
mean?
I mean, it's not really wrong. It's just we're kind of it's been the beat into the ground. The point's just been beat into the ground, but it's not
Mm.
necessarily wrong. I mean, Baldy made one of his sarcastic ass posts about it earlier today, I think. So
So
there,
wrong as in
what
when you say it's not necessarily wrong, what's not necessarily wrong? Holding off?
I don't remember what we were talking about when I said
Oh
that.
yeah, okay. There it's go on. You were
Maybe
saying about
no,
Baldi's.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think I don't think I was talking about. Oh no, I was talking about the resale value. They're not necessarily
Oh, there
wrong
we go. Yes.
about
Yeah.
the resale value because there's less of them. That's how capitalism works and supply and
Hmm.
demand works. But I don't think that should be Like it's the same with anything. It's the same with the Pulse exclusives. If you want it and you have the money, order it. If you think you want it, order it now because it might not be there later, or at least not for reasonable price. So,
Mhm.
well, let's see. Let's ask. I'll ask you, and I'll ask the chat. Who has backed this so far? Who's ordered it? We've got. Let me refresh here so we get the time right. 1 day and 58 minutes left. So
Ah,
who's backed it?
yeah, I have.
Memory leak. Um, see who all you backed it, Crow. So I know
Yep.
most everybody in the chat has probably backed it. Jeremy's back too. Stanley's Toy Room ordered it. Jetman ordered it. Stanley Everhard ordered it. Um, just kind of take a quick temperature of the room of who's in
Yep.
on it. Just plain yogurt ordered it.
I thought about getting a
Uh,
second one just to see what would happen about that resale market. But I really, the best way for me to be happy about this is not even participate. So I'm sticking with one, right? I'm not going
yeah,
to make a profit off it. I'm going to keep this and allow myself to have the money to enjoy other toys. But
yeah. So Bobby backed it. Mark says hopes it succeeds. Don't have the space or the budget, and those are both valid concerns because it's such a
100%.
niche thing. It's
Mhm.
not necessarily something everybody just has to have. So, very understandable. Um,
And these will be
mm,
available. Like there are some retailers that are buying their owns for these, right? And so you might have another opportunity to get it at a quasi fair price for somebody like BBTS or Sergeant Reds who but maybe bought their allocated five and have them there.
mhm.
So maybe it won't be gone, but you're not going to get it at this price again. That's not happening.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. For sure.
It doesn't
Izzy
matter if you
Trevi.
have kids.
No.
Nope. Doesn't matter if
Izzy
you have kids.
Trevi. He backed his today. He'll take credit for unlocking Lady J. I think anybody that
Thank,
backed him can take credit for it. If
yeah,
you got
thank you.
screenshots though, if you were, because we
Mhm.
were we were actually live when it went from 99.99 to 10,001 or triple O
And
one or
then back
whatever.
down to 99.98.
And it went back down. Bobby says he knows Triple C backed one. Um,
Yeah.
last night we had some pretty rough thunderstorms here, and they usually don't ever wake me up. But for some reason, the thunder and the lightning and the rain woke me up. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to see where the Snow Cat's at. And I refreshed it, and I'm like, man, still no Lady J. Hmm. Well, I'll
And
do my part.
now you can go to
So,
bed tonight knowing that she's there.
so I too, I too take credit for unlocking Lady J because I backed mine about 3:30 this morning.
Good job,
So,
buddy. You led me on
so
believing you were still one of the holdouts.
So I was gonna wait till tomorrow, but I was just like, I'm gonna order it anyway. So I just go ahead and get it over with now. Cause see,
Hmm.
I'll fuck around and fall asleep after work tomorrow night. And you remember I was telling you the dumbest stuff happens to me? I
Yeah.
was able to prevent that one.
So
um,
let's go back to this point about space that Mark made, right? Not my budget, don't have the space. Right. This is very relevant because this is one, two, this is our third G.I. Joe classified HasLab, isn't it? No, fourth, pardon me. Is it
fourth.
fourth? Yes.
Yep.
Dragonfly, yeah, fourth, right? And more people talk about space issues. So we talk about what we want the next HasLab to be, but does that space problem go away with every developing HasLab, or does it get worse because more figures and stuff came out in between HasLabs?
It gets
Like, how
worse.
serious would you take this discussion about what people want this early in the year? If you were Hasbro, I'd be listening, but I'd be like, you know what? I'm hearing you guys having spatial issues. I'm not sure how big I want to make the next one.
Yeah, and that's something they're going to have to take into account because a lot of the stuff, even what we're talking about here tonight, it's all stuff even bigger than this.
Hmm.
with the exception of maybe the Conquest, but it's still going to be wider, but it's going to be large, you know. So that
Sure.
is something they're going to have to take into account with the vehicles. We were all a year ago, 2 years ago, going, oh, where are the vehicles? We need vehicles. You and I have done a stream. You and I and Aaron did a stream talking about we need all these vehicles, and now we're getting some vehicles, and we're like, oh shit, wait a minute, let me rethink that because I need another room, is what I need. So
Yeah, and Hasbro is
that's
going to
something they
tell
got
you
to
go get another
consider.
room. Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll
go
tell you
get
go get
another room.
another room, buddy. Yeah.
As long as they're selling, we're making. You know,
Yeah.
um, I am gonna go take a quick break. If you can hold it down for a minute, you got something you can talk about?
Oh. Uh Shit. Not off the top of my head, but give me a you just go. I'll leave me with these guys. Fuck.
All right, you want full screen?
Uh
They don't want to look at
no,
me.
just put up whatever the next picture that has lab is. Like the
Oh,
but just throw
damn
up
it!
one fucking yeah, I don't like being on full screen because my camera's been blurring. Right. So it's just
You want
yeah.
that picture?
Okay, sure.
That picture?
Don't matter. Leave it there and go do your thing.
Or that picture? All right, I'll be right back, guys. I got to go
Okay.
get rid of some coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
As soon as I get this
So
mouse over the right icon,
yeah.
maybe.
So here's my last ditch selling effort for a lot of guys. Like I don't think I have to actually sell this thing to anybody here. It's not, as much as I want it to get to those full backers, but I wonder how many people are picking up this thing like a second one because they're already wondering what Gridiron's got brewing up their sleeve with a vehicle like this. So I know Triple D has been talking about them a little bit lately, and I've been talking about them as well. But if you go on to Amazon Prime or just YouTube, Vietnam gun truck, or just typical World War II half tracks, I can see a lot of things that Gridiron could bring to the table for the GI Joe HasLab here. This Snowcat. The only thing I'm trying to wrap my mind around is how they're going to. Um, Deal with a white vehicle base, right? So if Gridiron wants to make a bunch of parts like this, of course they're going to match it in white. But if they want to lend some diversity, they might do some off colors. But I don't know how they do things unless you start putting layers over this thing. I think this thing's going to be a Gridiron dream, kind of like the Vamp was for certain degrees. Maybe not as accessible as that, like that many options. But I think when this thing comes out gridironed, a lot of people are going to be like going, I was going to sell this second HasLab, but I'm taking it out of the box and I'm buying gridiron for it now because you've already invested that much money. And I'm sure those guys will make it look good for the guys who like gridiron. Uh, yeah. The other part of this that I hear a lot of people talking about is they don't like the fact that you take the missile rack out and there's no canopy for the troops. And they're like, troops would be freezing back there. You got to have a canopy. Yeah, troops freeze. That's why they get lots of cool Arctic kit to cover their face and their little digits and keep them warm. But I mean, an open top half track, not everything is happening in the friggin' North Pole and the South Pole. You have a lot of northern regions in the Soviet Union with a lot of forests and snow and areas like that. Like you can do a lot of that. But if you wanted to have the canopy for it, I think that's another thing that Gridiron would probably bring to the table because they've heard us talking about it so much. It's something we want with that. I don't know what else to tell you about this snowcat, guys. It's a freaking awesome vehicle, but I really wish it didn't have to be a HasLab. I was really the guy that wanted it to be the retail because this is what I was afraid of. A lot of you guys in the southern states and in the warmer climates have no connective tissue to a winter vehicle, and nor should you be expected to, right? And to ask for your money on this, it's kind of a reach. You don't see me buying. Oh, there you go. You're back. Good. I had no
I'm
other
back.
comparison. I was about to say you don't see me buying, and then I tried to think of what do they use in the southern states that we don't have in Canada? Nothing.
We
Yeah.
we we have orange Chargers, and we just put guns on them.
We have orange charges up here too.
That's all we do. We ride
Yeah.
around in General Lee's. We paint everything like the General Lee and just put a gun on it.
There you
The
go. Well, I
Sandcat.
waffled about this thing about as much as I could. The sand cat, yeah. You know what? I could just write the black UN on the side of this. It's a friggin' UN vehicle now.
Yeah, that would be you could take it anywhere. I mean, come on. So I mean I love the Snowcat. I don't think
Mhm.
this should have been a HasLab. I think they screwed up making this a HasLab. I think they did. I settled on this picture to leave you with because I didn't need the suspension on the tracks in the back. I didn't need that. I could have done without that. I could have done without the lights. I could have done without a lot of this stuff and this been a retail vehicle. Don't mean I don't love it. I think it's awesome. And
Yeah, as
I've
a
said it.
HasLab, it's better,
Yeah.
but it's not. We
Yeah.
didn't need it this good. I'm quite sure
I mean,
is the point, right?
yeah, I mean they could take any mid-size vehicle and do this kind of stuff to it and make it a HasLab. They could take anything that's this size.
Hmm.
They could have made the Vamp a HasLab if they had have added enough little accessories and bivouacs
No,
and big
I mean I
monster
get your
truck
point there.
tires and shit. So,
Yeah,
um,
they could have
but
done a few things like this.
I do like it. I got a lot of nostalgia for the Snowcat. I loved it when I was a kid. Loved
Hmm.
the Frostbite. So I'm excited for it. I'm just not. That's been my sticking point. Is this just so didn't need to be a HasLab, but it is. I like it and I order it.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember when we were kids and had to use imagination instead of getting it all spelled out like today? Yeah, when we were kids, if you got a Snowcat, so you live in the middle of the desert, and Aunt Ida gets you a Snowcat because she knows you like GI Joe. Take it outside and pretend the sand is snow, or pretend
Okay.
that it's tan instead of white. We could do that when we
So
were kids.
I'm gonna dispel a little myth that some of you guys down in the snowless states may believe about us. All right, yes, we would love up here in the north to take all our Star Wars and our GI Joes and play out in the snow. You could do that for about 5 frigging minutes, and that's it. It's not because you got cold, because as a Canadian, you're born with that internal core that goes longer. Um,
Mhm.
Plastics do not do well in the cold. They become very brittle, very fast. And I can't count the number of Star Wars action figures. I had a clump of snow on them, and I go to tap the snow off, and his head goes flying off because the plastic
Mhm.
snapped.
Yeah.
Right. So understand that our play use for toys in the snow for photography and everything like that, it's limited to. Right. There's some risks we run when we do it too. So
You have to do a lot of pre-posing. You have to know what shots you want in your head when you go out to
yeah.
do pictures, and
And then you
go ahead
got
and
to
have some of it.
and then reacclimatize them when you bring them back in the house before you move them so that the temperature can go down or up
Yep.
again, like yeah.
Yep. And Izzy says it's 110 in Las Vegas right now. His cat is gonna melt. Your
Shit,
snow
yeah.
cat or like your pet cat? I hope the snow
Mhm.
cat. And I, Stanley, I agree. I agree with this. I've never been in. I don't understand. I've never been in snow, so not backing it. If you're a childhood fan of the cartoon, the toy, that's reason enough to support the brand. If you're a fan, I agree. If you watch that cartoon, it was in a bunch of episodes. You should
Mhm.
have as much nostalgia out of the cartoon for the Snowcat as you do the Sky Striker or the Vamp because it was in just about as many. I
Yeah.
agree. Sorry, I'm gonna pull this down, and you need to take a break real
Well,
quick.
just gonna take one of these Canadian privileges I have and go back there and have it. If I don't have to leave the camera, I'll just stand that back there. You can watch me do it.
All right. Um, you Canadians with your understanding healthcare.
Yeah, that's why you guys can't take us.
Yeah, that's right. We'd have to decriminalize your whole country. I don't think that'd go very well.
You'd
But
had an easier time with Venezuela at this point.
yeah, right. Let's see. Perfect conditions for the Wampa. He loses an arm.
Mm,
Um, so I had, let's see, I'm looking at my banners here because I made some banners. Let's see, we got Rattler. Okay, so here's one. I still have our Hasbro page up here. So let me pull something different up on Hasbro. We'll talk about this for a minute and then we'll get into our actual space discussion where we talk about all of the space. So here's
sorry.
one that was been a big deal over the last couple weeks. Um, you get a cold slither, and you get a cold slither, and you get a cold slither. Who got cold slither?
Even I
You
got
ordered
cold
one,
slither.
Crow.
Yep.
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 So, yours isn't there yet, though, right?
No, and I don't care when it shows up. I did the FOMO thing complete on this one. Um, I'd never cared about Cold Slither until the set came out, and I didn't care when I saw the set. And then every day I cared just a little bit more, and then
Yeah,
I ordered it.
right.
Yeah,
Um,
that's exactly how that went.
so this was something that we had again talked about on one of the streams about what awesome stuff would you like to see them do that you don't think they'll ever do, and they freaking did it. Not only did
Mhm.
they do Cold Slither, they did Cold Slither. They paid an entire ass band to be Cold Slither, gave a concert and all. Like they went all in on Cold Slither.
Yep.
And I'm happy they did, man. I'm glad to see this made. Now, this was such a big deal, and I was amongst the angry people with the way that they did this set. It's the same thing they did with Once a Man Cobra Commander last year. It was such a huge deal, and but they made such an even bigger show out of it this year because they've been promoting it for months, and
Mhm.
we knew about the SDCC exclusive in what, like February this year. They told us what it was, and they've been building up. So it was, of course, when it went live and sold out in less than 2 minutes. I was angry like everybody else that didn't get it, and we thought we were going to be able to buy it for a week, and then it just went back. If you're a premium member, that was what I read into the post, and then it went back to pre-order, and you get to wait another week or whatever before you have the shot again. And a few people were able to get through and order it that first day. I was not one of them. And just like everybody else, I was no way I was going to buy this on eBay when there was another chance to get them coming up.
Oh hell
And
no.
no, I mean, some people did, but I was like, I ain't about to try and do that for this set, knowing there's another retail opportunity opening up for it. And
Sure.
the next day or the next opportunity, what, 8-1, I was there, and basically the same thing happened, except I got through right at the end of it. And like right before the allotment sold out, I got my order in, and matter of fact, it glitched out, and I didn't even know that I got the order until my buddy Berserker's Brush. We were talking through Messenger, and he's like, "Well, check your email because the same thing happened to him." And he said, "I got my confirmation email, even though the page glitched out. You couldn't even look at your actual orders." And I went and I had the same email. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess it went through. So it
Mhm.
did. So I was actually able to get it. But the whole point of the banner is we went through all of that, and it's up for pre order now. And I
Mhm.
think shipping on it is still September. I think we'll look here in just a second because I hadn't checked. Still up for pre order. September 17th if you pre order it now. So I'm sure everybody knows that. I was just kind of making the point of such hoops to jump through to try to get these exclusives.
So,
And
and
I'm
this is what
kind of tired of these
I'd like.
exclusives.
But this, I think, was a good SDCC exclusive. Like above all others, to have such a, like I said, a fringe element of GI Joe as to have Cold Slither introduced this way is perfect. Honestly,
I do
like
too.
if they had done it as a mainline release, I think the issues around it would have been infinite from people that, "Yeah, I don't want this as a mainline numbered sequence, whatever," or people like, I can't get this because it keeps selling out and things like that. So to do it the SDCC controlled top valve, however they do that, I think that was smart. More importantly, I think it frees them up to revisit doing more fringes, like more fringe type characters in the future SDCC, like Hector Ramirez,
Yep.
Candy Apple, Fred Seven, Laura 343 or whatever, right? Like all
Oh
these
yeah.
other characters that aren't part of the main U but are relevant.
Um, I agree. It was perfect for an exclusive because it's one of those things that if you got no interest in it, you don't have to try and jump through the hoops. You can say, "Screw it, I don't want this. I ain't even got to bother with it," and I'll save my money. Joe Fan says it's cool, but I'm broke AF and other things I want more. So that money's got to go to things I want more. That's what you have to do.
That's right.
If it's something you're not all in on and you can skip it, then put that money on something you're in on. It was a perfect set for an exclusive. I just like everybody else, and you mentioned I hate that it's numbered. I hate that they number these exclusive sets. It's one
Yeah.
thing I wish they wouldn't do, but they're never going to stop doing it. Um,
You imagine if it
but
was
that
four numbers, like each of these was individual. Can you imagine?
that seems like that would make more
Yeah.
sense, doesn't it?
No, because
Um,
what would happen if you could get all three out of the four, but could never get the fourth? Like Buzzer's rare. You can't get
yeah,
Buzzer anywhere. You have
yeah.
no drummer for your band.
For some reason, he was just a much better figure, so everybody hoards the buzzers.
Yeah.
um, I just wish they wouldn't do it. Mark says, "Slither, the new beer from extensive breweries. Grab a cold Slither today." um,
That's
Bob, Bobby's fun. Bobby's fun comments funny. I pitched the idea to a few guys. How about the cold Slither LP? Doing a funny skit of playing it backwards to reveal Hasbro's secret message to buy more toys. That's great. That's great. Let's see. I would like to have that LP, but I don't have a record player. I don't
I
own a record player.
Yeah, I like this music nostalgic like secondary skit that they've got going on, bringing a band, bringing in the songs and the music videos and all
I,
this. I just for some reason I was kind of hoping they would bring like a band I knew into a new role, because I think Cold Slither could have been done by the band The Darkness and we would have loved it. And if you don't
well,
know who The Darkness is, like look them up, but I think they would have made a wicked Cold Slither.
they they could have found some of these '80s hair metal bands. What's Rat doing these days? It's
Well, and
like
that's essentially The Darkness was like the rock opera 80s hair band, but they were like 2010. They just, yeah, it was the whole shtick. Their whole shtick was basically Cold Slither anyways. Right.
and yeah, that would have been great if they did something like that.
Or could you imagine
But
Spinal Tap dressed up like Cold Slither for a gig?
spinal tap. Oh my god, that would have been that's basically what this is. But I love the fact they got a real band to do it and record
Yeah.
everything on a real label, and they're
Uh-huh.
into it. Like they're buying into it. They're all in on it. I'll tell you one thing that I thought of that I wish that they would have done, and you guys, I bet, will agree with me.
Oh, I know what
I
it is.
wish, for whatever reason, they didn't do it. I hope they can do it. I don't know why in the world they didn't do the G.I. Joe the movie theme song.
Mm.
It's got to be some kind of licensing tie up or something. But long time ago on the Devil's Due, the Image Comics Devil's Due forums, I was a member of that when the Devil's Due series was out, and we used to always post basically what we
Pardon me.
do on YouTube, just on message boards. Like, who would you like to see do this? What would your dream figures be? Shit like that. And I remember
Yeah.
we had a thread about who would you like to see re-record the G.I. Joe the movie theme song, and I said Metallica, but just that heavy guitar riff, I wish they would have done that song and put on this LP. That would have been so
Right.
great.
Now you got me thinking, what kind of stuff would I want on a G.I. Joe album besides Cold Slither or Cold Slither doing stuff? And it occurs to me, I think I would need to hear Roadblock and Once a Man Cobra Commander doing some sort of rap duo, like some sort of rap battle between the two of them about walking in the snow and having to carry the guy on his back and things like that. Like
Maybe
anything
that's
that they've
something we could
mentioned
do
about
here.
music. What's that? Rocket? No, no.
No, write the songs and
I just
but
remember in the cartoon. I remember the cartoon, like in the movie, when he's carrying Cobra Commander, like the snake on the back, and he's still friggin' rhyming, like struggling in sideways snow. And I was like, oh, that's the most annoying thing. I would need to know a rap from him at that point on that album, I think.
well, I
What's that?
mean,
So yeah.
rap battles are popular on YouTube, or at least they were a few months ago.
Yeah, but it has to be about your personal life always, right? Can't
Yes,
be about
yes, you
Joe.
always.
Yeah.
Oh, and always bring a drag of beef into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
word burglar, court. Yeah, word burglar could definitely do it for
There you
sure.
go.
Uh, to do Springfield Theater
Spring
packaging
theme.
is great. Upscale the images on it a bit for better background. I
So
haven't opened it. I mean, I got mine and I got one for Pop Blender because he wasn't able to order that second day. He wasn't able to try and get it. So I've got ours. I hadn't opened it. I hadn't even looked at it yet.
I want to ask a question. I know a lot of the more bigger guys would say, no, it's not happening. Is there any part of you that sees them trying something with Gem the holograms after this? All they've
Um,
done is write their name on the side, right? And capture your mind to remember that that was a parallel nostalgia thing that they were doing. Do
yeah.
you think they would follow that up with anything just to see?
I don't think they would do a box set of the holograms, but I think there would be a very warm reception for just doing Jim with her
Mhm.
alternate or her alter ego. I think just doing a Jim figure, I think they could sell a Jim figure. I would buy a Jim figure. I want a Jim figure, especially now that I have this.
When you picture Gem in your head, and you can Google it and pull up the image, and as soon as you type it, what does she always have? What is she doing in every picture you ever picture? What is she doing? She's got a
Just
friggin' microphone right in her
yeah,
face.
got the microphone like singing.
What's
Like
missing in
it
this set
probably
right
doesn't look
now?
like she's singing.
Yeah, and what's
Microphone.
missing in this set right now? The microphone.
Yeah.
I am with you. I think there's a Gem figure out there that could be made, and it would be brilliant. But I just don't think
Uh,
it's coming. That's all. Like, I
Matthew
really
says
want them to do it.
totally a Jim crossover in the discussion. Jim, they make Jim and they give her two microphones so she can duet with Zartan.
Even if they formulate like it's a cross tour with them, they add more band equipment that will go with the Cold Slither set, right? And if they're dressed similarly, they're going to fold in beautifully. Collectors would buy them to buff it, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
If they come with bendy weapons, then we're mad. They shouldn't have weapons to begin with.
Nope, that's right. They
No,
need a bouncer though. Somebody's got to be a bouncer.
for
Um,
sure, man.
Road Pig is the bouncer. I've not
Yeah,
seen any
Hector
pictures of
Ramirez.
Road Pig as a bouncer for this set. I'm sure somebody's done it, but I know what I'm doing whenever I open mine. Um, yeah, Jim and Hector Ramirez, Viper Scout says. Yeah,
Yep.
I'd
That would be
I
such
watch
a cool
Jim.
thing.
I ain't ashamed. Him
I
and the
want Hector
Misfits too.
Ramirez because I still remember Geraldo Rivera from
Yeah. Oh
like
yeah.
mainstream TV in the 80s. And that's basically what Hector Ramirez was to me growing up. It was
Oh
Geraldo.
yeah.
I need that
He was
figure.
totally molded. Yeah, he was totally based on
Yeah.
Geraldo.
Yeah.
And you could do like Hector Ramirez opening Cobra Commander's vault and nothing's in it.
Yeah. Or
you, you,
just somebody at a Cold Slither concert throws a chair into Ramirez's face,
yeah,
breaks his
a,
nose.
yep, still a steel chair. Damn it, that I still
Yeah.
need. Um, what's up, Loki? Model Misfit is in the house. What's going on, man? So, all right, so
Hmm.
we need to get on with our discussion about space. We talked about Cold Slither,
Space.
Rattler. Talked about the Snow Cat or the Slow Cat, as I've liked to call it. So let's take one final look at where it is at. So
Oh,
10
they've changed the
to,
photo.
yeah, they did.
Now
From
think of it.
fishing pole to
Yeah.
firepower, secure the battle station at 12,000. They have changed it.
Yeah. But they're showing Flint more than the battle station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Little subliminal messaging there with Flint holding his wiener.
That's right. Shake your money maker, Flint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Show it off, Flint. Show us that wiener. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Make sure that's our number. 102223. So it's gone up one since
It's
then.
getting a bit of momentum, actually.
Well, you going into the last, we're in less than 24 hours now,
Yeah.
or yeah, right at it. 24 hours and 27 minutes, I guess. So, yep, almost there. All right, so let's see. Let me get to our
Space
pull up some
discussion.
of our stuff, our space. I have this labeled space and stuff.
Space.
Space. Cobras in space. All right, go back, find our toy collector's
Space.
guide, and get to, I think,
Pew.
1993, I believe, is where we're headed. Yeah, a lot of scrolling here. All right, so we can do this a couple different ways. I got the page pulled up, or I have the slides. Would you rather go through all the slides of all of these guys together, or just look at the pages individually where I can't blow them up?
Uh, what's better for the chat to see? Really? Is it better for them to see the
Slides.
larger image? Yeah,
Yes.
so let's go through the slides. We don't have to focus a long time on each one. We can just breeze through.
All right. So we're going to look at Armor Bot. Armor Bot with this awesome Armor
So this
Tech
is
Hawk figure.
so we're talking about if GI Joe goes to space because it's one of the things on the they've been there, and if classified chose to. This is what we're talking about right now, right? The space stuff that
So,
you want to see or what that they can do.
well, we were our premise was kind of like, one, yes, we wanted to tie it into talking about space on the shelf and what could be coming up, like what could they do, but would
Mhm.
this be the end if they got into the space stuff? So I just went
Yep.
through and I got pictures of all of the, like, the Star Brigade stuff, which most of us were not in on. Somebody likes it. I'm not.
Oh, I'm sure there's a couple guys
Yeah,
in the chat that had
yeah.
some.
It's swim. Someone who isn't me likes it, but
Mhm.
that's why, would it be the final frontier for classified? If they make this stuff in classified, will they make it at the end of the line like they did in Real American Hero? Or will they start mixing in some of the space stuff and classifying it up? What do you
Yep.
guys think? Um, 610 Yojo Daddy says they'll start adding the international and store sales at 12 Eastern.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in another,
How's that?
20 minutes. Yep. So Pop Blender is in the house. Says 27 minutes behind in the video, and I'm thinking about backing out of the HasLab. I'll be in current time in about 30 seconds. I just don't know if I really need this vehicle. So understandable.
That's fine, Pop.
Not as excited for the Snow C.A.T as I thought I would be, but I have backed one. And he says, "Cat, God damn it." All right, so back to space. Do you think they'd ever do Armor Bot?
Well, I mean, one, I let's talk for a second. Should classified do Space Force? Yes, to some degree, because you guys have a Space Force now where there wasn't one in the 80s, right?
Right.
Like legit Space Force. And speaking of somebody as your neighbor, I hear nothing about your Space Force. What are they doing?
Neither do we.
Well,
It's a fifth branch or sixth branch, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard. Yeah. And we hear nothing about Space Force. They're kind of an offshoot of the Air Force, but they are their own thing. They got their own patch. They got their own flag. We don't hear shit about Space Force.
so if we don't hear crap about your Space Force and you don't hear crap about your Space Force, then isn't that just free license to have a little bit of fun if you're Hasbro to define what a Space Force could look like through G.I. Joe?
Yeah, I think
And
so.
that's where I see the potential being because of that classified touch to modernize their things, make them a little bit familiar, right? So we can go on from there, but this is how I have to look at it is for the longest time I thought, no, they'll never do this. This was hokey. And then I started thinking about, well, in hokey lies the most creative potential you can find sometimes. And that's where all their surprises come from. Everything we think is hokey blows our mind. So
Yep,
should Joe go to
you're right.
space?
But I mean, look at we just been talking about Crystal Ball, Hokey, Raptor, Hokey. Some of the
Cobra Law.
Cobra Law, Hokey, and it's some of the better stuff we've gotten. So
Mhm.
Jamie Bonson is here. First one they should do is Lobotomax.
I agree.
Lobotomax would probably be like he'd probably be like the OG 13. Like they'd make people wait for him, I think.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Bobby Walt says Space Force. Is that what a Katy Perry is a part of?
No. And before
Oh,
anyone makes mention, I have only
wonderful
watched
world.
parts of the Steve Carell Space Force thing on Netflix. Just wasn't as funny as I was hoping it would be. Ah, there we go.
And,
Viper Scout mentioned them.
yep,
I
Viper
would love a
Scout
GI
got it.
Joe classified Steve Carell though. Like that would be
That'd
amazing.
be great. I got a I got about 3 or 4 episodes in, and it just like I quit watching it, and I forgot. I
Yeah,
probably hadn't thought about it again until just now.
yeah.
So,
So you bring up
uh,
Armor Bot, right?
yes,
You brought that up as in, so if they did that, do you think that they would maybe try and do something using an existing snake armor to try and,
maybe part of the top half because that's going to be about the only way you're going to be able to put a figure in. Um,
Hmm.
they could change the arms and the attachments and stuff, but I think they could definitely base doing something else off part of snake armor. They could definitely use some of the parts if they did this.
Yeah, and I like I said, it's Hasbro's money machine, right? So I don't even think they would. I think maybe they would change the paint on the snake armor, a couple of attachments, like you said. But I think if they were going to do this, they would just wouldn't even make it look like this. They would just be a repainted snake armor and call it Star Brigade. Like
Yeah,
just with different attachments and stuff because it's so niche, right? Like it's just a suit of armor.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, the snake armor is so specific, and they've already got it
Mm.
in at least 3 colors. So I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's fair.
repainting it for Joe would. Yeah, they'd have to change something around. I think so.
I think the
All
big
right,
one
so
is keep the Nerf launcher.
yeah, that I think that if they did this, that's actually something people would complain about if they took that away.
Mhm.
And Stanley says Stanley does not want space stuff. Clearly, any space theme would have to be online exclusive. I see failure at retail.
Okay. So we can get into it after. You can ask me, but I do have a path of success to make Star Brigade as a subject work in the classified line. But yeah, we can talk about that after. It's pretty easy actually. But so who's this? Oh, this is
This
the
is
one you'd
Astro
like to see
Viper.
for sure, right?
So, oh no, I don't care. I don't really want to see any of these guys personally.
Oh, I thought
Maybe the monsters.
I
Maybe
thought
those
all things
guys.
Vipers. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I don't really like Astro Viper all that much, so I don't need a
No.
V2 Astro Viper. Um, what's funny though, man, is like on like the cards for these this year, like it's all the
Mhm.
same shit on the card. They cheaped out so much on these figures. They were phoning it in when they got to these guys. So much. So much.
Yeah.
They just did not give a shit when they got to these things.
No, they did look like dollar store. Like it was easy to make. Like, is this a knockoff Joe product? Oh no, it's really a Joe product.
Yeah, that's how I looked at some of this stuff. Of course, I was out of it by then. I wasn't buying any of
Yeah.
it, but I'd walk through toys and it'd be like, "What is this?"
Hmm.
So Stanley had asked, how did a figure even fit into the bot? And I don't know. And I didn't get a picture of the back of the box.
I think it was
So
a.
I don't know.
You slipped them in the back like a piece of toast or something. Like it was not anything too complex.
Yeah, I don't think there was much work. So Astro Viper, you know, I don't really know if we need to like go through like, oh, would they make this one or would they not? I
Mm-mm.
mean, there's some that, we could kind of stop on and be like, oh, they're, this is one they
Yeah.
definitely do. Um, if they got really deep
So
into it, anything with Viper as a last name is a possibility.
sure, I think when it comes to a space themed version of Classified, anything that's a villain and a troop builder is going to get made. Your heroes are going to be few and far between, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where the money would be with this stuff. Would be building a giant Cobra space invasion force or something. Um,
And well,
we
and that's what I mean by it has a way to work. If you reduce the amount of Joe characters down to maybe a group of five or less, and these are your five Space Joes, then you could kind of fit it in, right? But if you try to make an entire, like, try and do every single one that showed up in Space Force, it would be disastrous.
Oh yeah, just like Stanley said, it would be absolute disaster if they tried to remake the
No,
whole line. They may be able to get away with it with like Ninja Force, maybe, but Space Force,
yeah,
I don't think so. Not so
well,
much.
they are getting away with it with Ninja Force apparently, right? But no, with Space
We
Force,
ain't
I
got
think
them all.
if they focused on 4 to 5 key characters and did a good job with the Joes and then made some good villains for it, there'd be room for it. But I think the gateway to that is the whole EU stuff that they're also doing right now too. That's the best way
Yeah.
to introduce it right now.
So this guy would probably definitely be one that got made. Those the Cobra Bat.
And yeah,
He's the
that'd be
goat.
first on my list, really.
Yeah, yeah. This one's the goat because he's the
Yeah.
bat.
That's right. They added more A's, didn't they?
They just added in like Star Wars. They just added a vowel. It needs an apostrophe in there, as that's
Yeah.
what they did with all the Star Wars EU clones and whatnot. So that we'd definitely be getting a space bat. So
Yeah,
for
bats,
sure.
vipers, sure. Same
Um,
category if you ask me.
so this dude right here, Carcass, like he'd be one.
Hmm.
Would they give him? Would they do bendable monster arms?
I don't think so.
He's got bendable
I
monster arms.
I honestly really do. Like I thought I was kidding myself a little bit, but no, I actually do want to Carcass and Lobotomax. I
Mm.
want to see how they do it.
This guy looks like Admiral Akbar fucked the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah. That honestly looks like a toy you got out of a like you put your quarter in, you turn the dial, the little dome comes out, and you open it up. That guy's inside. That makes sense. But to
It
see it
really
on a
does.
GI Joe back card is weird, right?
It's striking. It's like what is this? So I don't. This
Yeah.
is not GI Joe, but they could do something like this. I think if they went into space, they would have to tackle an alien theme in some manner. We've already got snake
I
people.
I would want them to. It's just like, you can take it or leave it. It's you've worked your way up the line. Here's some parts. There was a whole generation that this was the Joe they met. you know. So
Yeah,
okay, reflect it, but you don't have to go as far as do them all. Like Cobra Black Star to me looks like a piece of really bad comic book art from the 70s, but I bet you it'd look amazing today.
I think this is one they could probably make a pretty decent figure out of. And I don't know if this guy, he seems like a named character to me. I don't know what he was supposed to be, but seems like
Black
this is
Star?
like like a solo guy, not a troop builder. It's like a
Let's see
copperhead
if
or
he has a
something.
file card. I'm gonna check his
Um,
file card right now.
I'm sure he has. I know he has a file card.
Every
Let's
GI Joe
see.
has a file card. I just
Unless
have to
it's
find my Google.
classified. Unless it's in classified. He does have a file
Yeah,
card.
there we
Um,
go.
he is a elite space pilot, a tactical squad leader. Um, Black Star Forces, a secretive legion of space pilots whose origins remain unknown. This particular Cobra Black Star is the best pilot out of the Black Star ranks. That answers our question. He's a troop builder.
Yeah, and this was what Darren was reading from back when this at this point the file cards became something very different in the line. They weren't like the normal file cards that they used to have before all that.
Yeah, like when they had good file cards.
Yeah, like
And Jason,
this time they'd have like little lines telling you, "Oh, and here's where he keeps his gun, and this is where
yeah,
his knife is." And it's like you
and
never did
it's
this with
on
the file
here.
cards. Yeah.
It's on here, and they even skimped on that. There's only 3 points. It says Black Star combat flight suit, missile firing Black Star blaster, and
Mhm.
internally linked bio tubing.
Brackets Black Star.
like, like we joke about AI doing everything, but they
Yeah.
if only they had AI then they could have done a much better job. But then
This is where we find out AI isn't actually real. It's just a bunch of 70-year-old writers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's see. Then we get. I've brought this guy up a bunch. This horrible Cobra Commander. If they're doing space stuff, I think we're getting a Cobra Commander. If they did them, I mean, they give us
Hey,
this guy.
to some degree, I mean, if you're going to do it, have fun with it. You throw a couple characters in there, but yeah, that's just it. Everybody's favorite seems to be the armored Cobra Commander already. I don't think this would move that, right?
Well, it's the
Okay.
head. Like God
That head.
bless this. And
Yeah,
they use
it's
this helmet on half of these guys.
I don't know. He looks
So
like so it looks hokey there, but I think if we saw it on a character, I'm thinking it's like Silent Hill, man. Like the way those grim helmets worked in Silent
yeah,
Hill.
pyramid head.
Yeah, holy crap.
Oh
Looks
well,
uncomfortable.
and he come with this suction cup wall walker. You talk about something that you think you get out of the twist bubble toy dispensers. Like
Yeah.
they literally sold these, and that's what they did. You just threw them at a window, and they went like these things were a little worse. And then they put them in GI Joe.
We were
Oh, all
pretty
right,
easy to please back then. There you go.
yeah.
Who you don't want the Cobra Poco, you want the Star Brigade Invader.
Now instead of spring loaded legs, it just they do nothing and it just uses the same rocket booster to take it into space.
But This is one of the first times I've ever seen where the reprint of the toy made more sense than the first time. This
You
thing
have
makes
a
way
point.
more sense in space, right?
Way more. You do
Way
have
more.
a fair point there. Uh,
Yeah.
spring fired launcher shoots. Nobody wanted the pogo when the pogo was out, and then 5 years later, they bring the pogo back and give it, or 6 years later, they bring it back and they give us this. Like, you know what
All
we
I can
hadn't
tell
done
you,
for a while? What
what's that?
about let's do a green pogo.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking the pogo had to be like the Joe's favorite vehicle to fight, right? All these guys sitting behind their guns be like, okay, they're up, and we'll just wait till they come down.
Yep.
Just hit them all
Oh,
as they're landing, right? Like
but that's where the rocket boosters come in, is they can
it's
jump it
just
out of the way.
so
So
yeah, nothing defeats a grasshopper.
no, absolutely not. So
Yeah.
countdown and the horrible card art again. I'm just
Yeah.
going to skip through some of these guys. So, what about this? This has got to be the worst version of Destro that's ever been.
He's half Destro, half Motu, half yeah. It's there's a lot going on here.
This
There's a
was
lot to unpack.
terrible,
Oops.
terrible.
Yeah.
God, they did use your idea of putting stuff on the sprue and just going here. You do it.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. He's costing us way too much right now.
Like, at least they. He looks like he just shit in his spacesuit. Oh my god!
Yeah. Just no one told him that screaming actually eats more of his air, right? He's suffocating in there right now in
Oh
his own
damn
farts.
it! Damn it! Kitchen viper. Oh,
Holy
awful.
crap.
But
Oh,
they
geez. We
probably
got
do them.
31 in the chat, and this is what we're doing to him.
Oh man, well, I guess people are enjoying it. Hit that like button if you hadn't already, and stay around for more foolishness. We got several to get
Mm,
through. So,
that's all we
what
do.
about Duke with his beer pong helmet here? It looks
I
like a
loved him in Devo. He whips it good.
whip it good. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Yeah. So he looks like an old, like, I don't know, man. It's like the 70s, the old jello molds that people used to bring to dinner parties. That's what his helmet reminds me of. Big jelly head.
Oh god, is your cat eat Jello?
So I just
The first
noticed
thing
this
that came
too.
to
So
mind.
this is freaking weird because I never had these toys as a kid and I've learned about them as a YouTuber collecting this stuff, right? But this I just noticed, is that a compass they're throwing in with this?
No, I think it's on the brochure in the back.
Oh, it better be. I was gonna say because a compass in space makes no sense.
Right. No, this was the fold out that they come with, I guess. So,
Okay, good.
um,
As long as it,
and
yeah. Thank you.
Jay said the Black Star was designed by Ron Rudat. I don't guess I knew that. I don't think I knew that.
Uh,
Oh, yes, Woody. He farted in the suit and he's just now smelling it. I'm gonna change. I
he-
think I'm gonna change my profile picture to Space Destro.
yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't dry. No.
I'm not going to be able to get out of this till tomorrow. Hockey pads or catcher's equipment. That's a good. I say
Yeah.
catcher. He's catching. He's catching, and Snake Eyes is pitching.
Oh,
Here's
who's this
another
one?
Duke. This is Duke as well.
One wasn't
He's
enough.
no, they had to give us two. They give us two Dukes.
No, that's not Duke. Look at that head. That's Picard.
It does. He has hair there. It's really light, but
Oh,
it does
okay. You
look.
can see it. You're like
It
post
does. It
Borg
does.
Picard.
So, which Duke? Duke number 1 or Duke number 2?
Number
Duke
one
1 or Duke 2?
with the
Yeah.
Jello mold.
Yeah, Jello mold Duke is definitely better.
Yeah.
But again, if they go into space, Duke is probably one that they would do. Um,
Well, you'd have to do one, right? Which one would you pick? You'd pick the first one because this one would hurt.
well, yeah, this one's they're both trash, but this one's a little less.
Todd, Todd, that's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah, that would you Allison Fairborn and um,
Mhm.
yeah, he says it right here,
Yeah.
Flint and Lady J's daughter. Or no, no,
Yeah.
Marissa, not Allison. That's Lady J, Marissa.
But yeah, like Joe
Uh,
the Next Generation.
um,
Hmm.
looks like a horrible Centurions crossover. And Viper Scout Duke is a catcher confirmed. And Pop Blender says, how did you confirm?" So,
Well, he was pretty much cucked by Snake Eyes and Scarlet anyways, right? So
uh, Mark says
right,
Picard at
Mark?
30. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
right. Picard at 30.
Yeah.
And
That's Shakespeare Picard right there.
and Jay said he had that Cobra Commander. He got it at Service Merchandise. Man, and
Oh
yes,
wow.
old old Service Merchandise. Man, they were
Mhm.
overpriced, but if you couldn't find it anywhere else, they had it. It's the only place you could buy Dinobots here. It's the only place that I ever saw them with Service Merchandise. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Effects and no, went one too far. So here's like, what is this dude doing?
Oh my
He's hanging.
God.
He ate at the same mess hall as Destro.
That looks like a Jack Busey knockoff by Wish.
Oh man, that's
Holy eyebrows on that.
oh god, what was his name in Point Break? Let's say Riggs and Murtaugh. That's Lethal Weapon.
No, that's Lethal Weapon. I don't
Utah
remember Point
and
Break.
oh, that's gonna bug me now. Anyway, yes,
Murtaugh?
it's like a Busey.
That's Utah. Yeah, and yeah, like his mailbox helmet.
At least the face sculpt matches the card art.
Yeah, yeah. It's uncanny.
they did a good job there. So, all right. What about Space Heavy Duty? Look at this guy.
Why
He's scared to
horns?
death. Yeah,
W-
this is where they come up with Metalhead's extra helmet for classified, I guess.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
like I this is the point where even they don't know what the frick's going on with this guy. Holy crap. I'm just
oh
trying to take it
man,
all in there. That's a faraway
yeah,
beachhead sun. Check that.
he's terrified. He don't want to be in space. Look at that. He's like, look, I just saw Destro shit himself. Get me out of here.
I just it's
Space
so here's the thing,
constipation.
and to be serious though, how would you ever associate that to heavy duty if they didn't paint him camouflage green in space?
Exactly. And I mean, I don't even think
What's
that
he
could be a
hiding with?
ball cap.
Yeah,
Oh,
it does. That's how you know it's heavy
uh,
duty.
so yeah, that's just it. Like they just come up with these guys and we're like, all right, well, we got to make somebody a V, whatever. Well, this guy's heavy duty. Throw a heavy duty head on there. So
Yeah, I just pictured the guy, whoever's running the toy room at the time, just be like, kids love colors, okay? Like
yeah,
just it's out to lunch at this point. It's extreme, but it
it
seems like
was
the big theme for Star Brigade is all their arms had to be shooty weapons, right? So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and that goes back to what somebody said about it. But yeah, Woody about it being a horrible Centurion crossover. That's what they all look like. All right, so
Mhm.
heavy duty. There's a boy. There's Lobotomax. That's the one
That looks like a
everybody
lot of fun.
wants. Looking like Momal Nadon from Star Wars. Um,
So I have a fine reference for what I pictured where I'm like, if I wanted to picture Joe in space and I wanted these characters in here, what could I reference it to make it look like? And if anybody watched Alien Earth episodes 1 and 2 yesterday, no matter what you thought about it, seeing some guys going down dark corridors with flashlights on their guns and coming across any type of alien is kind of fun.
yeah, and I would throw these guys in, and that's how you could get me if they make the monsters cool, and our Joes are like Colonial Marines or the force
First
that's in that
response.
show. Yeah, first
Yeah.
response force, which are an an early version, basically, of the Colonial Marines.
Wouldn't that be what your
Similar.
Space Force would do? Like
Yeah,
legit? Wouldn't you be in charge of making contact if there was contact to be made?
yeah. That's what they should be doing. So, um, but that's how you could kind of make this work is if you did a whole, and you would have to suspend some disbelief of what GI Joe is to you, kind of like some of us did with Cobra Law. I always say picture Cobra Law takes place in an alternate reality, and that's how you can make it work, an alternate
Yeah.
dimension like Earth, 525 with GI Joe and Cobra or whatever.
The
um
creativity and toys cycle keeps spinning, right? The toys are supposed to inspire
yeah.
you to be creative. What are you going to do with that creativity? Make more toys. It's beautiful, and they can reach all sorts of things. This is one of them.
Yep. um Todd says by this time Power Rangers had already taken off. After that, they tried to copy TMNT style with the Dick series. No way GI Joe could compete. Had Power Rangers? This was 94, I think this guy was. It was 93 or 94. All these are
Yeah.
93 and 94. Was Power Rangers already a thing by then? I
Yeah,
didn't
I
do
think
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers was kicking off just as I think I was finishing up grade school and going into high school. So I was probably about 14. So
Okay.
91,
Well,
91,
man,
somewhere in
I
there.
don't know. I didn't, I wasn't into Power Rangers at all. I
No,
didn't,
no.
I thought it was more like 94, 95, but, I wasn't
Well,
in
I
it.
mean,
So,
some of that footage they use, I think, can go back much further. It's like a total take from the Japanese shows, right? So I don't know technically
okay.
what their debut would be.
Okay. Well, Jeremy, Viper Scout said he thought 92, and Jeremy says it was in 93. So this was
Okay.
93, 94. So right in
Yeah.
line with chasing Power Rangers. So,
So also
mm,
remember, right? You couldn't show in toys, I don't think back then either, people killing people in a lot of lines,
yeah.
right? They had to kill
Yeah.
robots, they had to kill aliens, right? So,
Yeah, you had that big
and
pushback in the early 90s about
yeah,
violence again.
and I don't think that was the toy company's decision. I think that was parent groups that levied that out there or something, but I don't know the facts
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, and well, the and Clinton, when Clinton got in, they passed a bunch of nonviolence, like so much of it had to be educational, like
Hmm.
so that was where you got your having to, you couldn't fight, shoot people or whatever. So um and Todd says August of 93, 94 they were popular. Jeremy says 2023 was the 30th anniversary, so there we go. uh I knew it was somewhere around in that
There
area.
we
I
go.
just thought it was a little later, but all right.
Yeah,
So
so did I.
all right, so there's a Lobotomax. I'd be down for some Lobotomax. Ozone, just another. I don't think we'd get an Ozone. Just another.
Well, so Ozone is
Dude,
one that they've made for that line, right? Like I don't think Ozone was he Sky Patrol before that, or was he first time Star Brigade? Because maybe you get one character that's unique to that brand. Ozone could be one
uh,
of them.
he was
He's got a
Sky
beard.
Patrol. Yeah,
He
I
was
think
that. Yeah.
I had Ozone. I don't
Okay.
remember. I only had one of those guys.
Mhm.
He was Sky Patrol. So yeah, everything they did was to counter whatever toy line was out there at the time. Ninja Force because of Ninja Turtles, Eco Warriors to
Mhm.
compete with Captain Planet. Yeah, they were chasing trends.
Well, and
Uh,
it's not just those trends, guys. You also have to remember arcades in that era were a big thing. Kids were spending a lot of money on arcade games, taking quarters to play friggin'
Yeah.
video games. And a lot of these properties were being reflected in very popular video games at that time, too. That's how we ended up with Street Fighter becoming G.I. Joe for a period, right?
Yeah. This
Um,
was Street Fighter was
so,
huge right here.
yeah, so you could probably name about 15 80s
Yeah.
and 90s based video games that a lot of these lines were based on from the 91 to 94 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's Ozone, and Stanley said, "Is he shirtless?" No, he's just wearing a flesh color jumpsuit and
Yeah,
turtleneck. I
nude.
guess.
If it
Nude.
was a
That's
woman's
thank
bra,
you.
it would be described as
Yeah,
nude. So we're going to
nude.
describe him as
He's
nude.
he's nude. And then there's
White
another
guy
Ozone
nude.
because they made
Yeah.
because they made Ozone. He was so nice they made him twice. So you got an
Not
Ozone
nude. There you go.
V1 and an Ozone V2. They realized that they didn't put a shirt on him, so
Yeah.
they gave him Cobra Commander's battle armor.
Again, those parent groups just spoke right up, eh?
Yeah.
No.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Jay says this is awful. Looks like he has a giant scrotum on his head. You're not wrong. You're not
Nope.
wrong. So here's yet another Ozone.
Third one. So you're definitely getting an Ozone, okay? Just take it.
And this is the best looking one, arguably.
It
1,
is.
2, or 3. This one don't look too bad. He's got
Now I'm a
space
bumblebee.
grenades.
Yeah.
He's got thermite detonators strapped to his chest. Thermal detonators strapped to his chest. So Ozone is
I'm
here
just
to
picturing him trying to throw a
you
grenade
up.
in space. Just this is just it's so much fun.
I missed the ship. It's going back down into orbit.
Yeah. So much debris.
So payload. This was V2 or 3 of payload that we got here.
And the
I think
Carter
this.
has nothing to do with the figure.
No, don't even just like. It's not even the same colors, man. I think there was another payload too. There may be another payload somewhere.
Probably 3 or 4 at this point.
But payload, if we got space stuff and we got any space vehicles, like we ain't getting the Defiant, but the Crusader, it would be big. But if they dipped into the space stuff and do the Crusader shuttle and give us a couple of figures with it, payload would probably be one of the pilots. So he would be a possibility.
So, as much fun as it is to speculate at all, and I want to keep going, I'm just going to say this is a line I don't think sees the light of day of G.I. Joe. Same way, like there's a few teams we don't see. We're not going to see like Screaming Eagles. I don't think you're going to see those. Like Sigma 6, I don't think we're going to see a Sigma 6 team, right? Like I just don't see the penny worth the punch of doing a whole Star Brigade thing. But if they did,
No.
would you have the space for the vehicles on your shelf?
Yeah, because any space vehicle is going to be pretty freaking big. So there he is. There's V2 payload where they got the color match. V5.
Unless they do a tactical Mars rover set, like that's about all you could fit in, right? So the other payload.
So I knew there was another one. So like Sigma 6, I could see them acknowledging Sigma 6, but turning it into a sub team.
Yeah, I think that's one of the ones they just fold into the line the way they brought a few Devil's Dues character into the line and be like, this is the line, right? They do that, right? But I don't see an effort like Night Force, right?
Sergeant Savage. A lot of people want a Sergeant Savage in Classified. A lot of people would like to see Sergeant Savage brought in. Screaming Eagles, General Claw, Iron Claw. Is that right? Was it Claw?
I can't remember. I didn't have those.
He's badass.
I mean, we can picture all of them in the line. You could picture all these teams in the line. The problem is, if I'm a company, at some point I have to acknowledge how much space my collectors have for things, and I'm gonna have to cut some stuff. And these are the ones I put on the cutting room floor, right?
Yeah. They're really gonna have to hit some home runs to get me down with with the space stuff. Not saying I wouldn't get any of it, but there ain't no way because I've got no nostalgia for it. I didn't like it. It'd have to be really, really awesome, updated stuff to get me to
Yeah.
get any of it. Not saying it wouldn't happen, but
I'd like to see it
Todd,
re-envisioned into something smaller for sure.
oh, definitely, because it was too big. They were throwing anything at the wall, like Woody says. They
Yeah.
truly didn't care at this point. Um, Mega Marines considered space. I feel like it was an imitation of aliens. Yeah, they kind of were.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were going for with Mega
Yeah.
Marines.
And I've
Um,
and I've spoken about Mega Marines, the monster vipers or whatever they
yeah,
were, being something I could see them having a lot of fun with in the line as well. Ridiculousness aside, look what they've done with silly things.
yeah.
So
And we have yet another payload.
I was
See, they
worried there
just
would be no more payloads.
yeah, no danger of that. No danger of
Yeah.
that. Uh, Pop says
Like,
there's no there's no way classified makes it to this point. The interest will die off before we get to this point. I think
well,
you're
now,
I think you're right, but if they just mix in a couple, or like that's really what we're talking about is bringing in a few, and would that be the end? And when they did get to that point,
I think the challenge is the more you hear somebody say that'll never happen because it's over before that, the more they'll be like, "Oh yeah, well, let's get
hold
to
my
it,
beer.
boys."
Yep, hold my
Exactly.
beer.
Like, if that's going to be your buzz, we'll answer it. But,
Yeah.
or if we can't, you'll never hear about it, right? Like, imagine if
Mm.
they couldn't have done Raptor. Would you have cared if you hadn't seen Raptor up to this point because they just couldn't get it right?
No, I
You know?
was, saying, oh, when they get around to Raptor, it's going to be awesome when they do it. But I wasn't
Yeah,
clamoring for them to do Raptor.
exactly.
Um,
If these Star Brigade, if anything comes from Star Brigade, like I said, it's shrunk down. It'll be one of those things that it just gets name dropped and people will be like, "What the actual hell?" you
yeah.
know. But
Um,
it definitely have to have three payloads
yes, that definitely it would come with three figures, and they would all be payload in different color outfits. Just
or
repaint some
ozone.
payload.
Yeah,
All the same dude. It's like it's the named character. It's just you might want him to dress like this one day and like this the next and like this after he eats at that same mess hall that Destro ate at.
yeah. I like how this power fighter puts the techno back in Techno Viper, man. I can hear the Moby playing off this guy's helmet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, the Moby. Don't let Alice and Troy hear you say Moby.
She
Um,
loves Moby.
yeah, Moby's her favorite. Um, so this thing is just as silly as it is. This actually kind of makes sense for this, like a little small vehicle. So, well, even the
Yeah,
boxes
well,
were
turn
trash
it
for
back to
these
you.
things.
I was gonna say, put the slide back where they showed that. I swear to God, if you take all the color and change that to OD green or tan brown or black, you'd say that was gridiron. Like, it's one
Oh
of
yeah,
his little drone things, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a gridiron. That is a gridiron
I
power
mean,
fighter.
it's hokier than gridiron, but you get the point.
I wish
I
I
like
had
the.
the. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I like how they stick to the old 1960s concept of what robot legs should look like, the big walker feet, so you could wind it up.
Yeah, it looks like the Gaunt droid from Star Wars with the legs. I thought I
Yeah.
had
Oh,
the man. I thought I had it saved on here, but I was going to play it, but I don't. I don't have it saved. So the poor Techno Viper. I was going to play the Godfather clip. Like, look how they
yeah.
massacred my boy.
Just say Shazam already. Yeah.
So, this here's the packaging for this dude. So we get yet another power fighter with gears who's just like but it's not the same. It's different. I went back and looked. So there's that one. So you look at the
But look at
legs
the
and the arms, they're different.
yeah. But I'm trying to tell, but the legs. I think the legs. I think it's all the same. It's just a repaint, isn't it?
No, it's not. So look at the
Oh.
legs. So I'll blow it up. So
Oh
look at the
no, I'm
legs
looking at
here.
the figure, not the robot. Yeah, I'm looking at the
Oh,
figure.
oh, my bad.
I'm looking at gears.
Yeah,
But yes, the
for years.
robot's different. He doesn't have those legs. He's got tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I looked at that. They actually did change them up quite a bit on
Mhm.
the little thing. So let's see. Look at the
I like how it looks like
uh
they just pissed black paint all over it. Like just two
yeah,
quick toots from a spray can.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
this is the new version of Tiger Force.
Yeah. Bobby, I'm
Bobby
kind of
says
with you. I think they dip their toe everywhere. Yeah.
extreme. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we'll see some. I think we'll see some extremes. So that's
So
Stanley's
there's a
favorite
character in
brand.
Extreme. I think one character you'll see out of Extreme, and I hate saying it, but it's gender politics. Mayday, because she is an achievable, classified like character out of that line. Meaning that her trait is easily translatable. Everything about her would fit in that classified, modernized theme. Others out of that line, I don't know. I don't know if they would.
Yeah. I think Mayday was in. They brought her into the comic. She was in the comic.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think Mayday
Uh,
would be a good one that people would be down for. Another good named female Joe.
I think even
Um,
JLS Comics has done something on Mayday, if I'm
yeah, he
not
did.
mistaken. He did
He
he?
did.
Yeah.
Um,
Always good to watch his
uh,
stuff.
Jay says I like military history, so I thought Sergeant Savage and the Screaming Eagles were pretty cool. Just think it was too far
Yep.
removed as a concept for. Yeah, I just couldn't. It wasn't GI Joe to me. It's
No,
just
it was
the
very World
name.
War
So
II. Yeah.
yeah.
And
Uh,
also, yeah, like the Mohawk haircut and everything can't translate
yeah.
well into the figures without portraying that
Hair.
wartime. You know what I get a kick out of? You want to know when a company is really given up on their line? Show the front of this box again.
That's what I said.
I'm
Even
never going to
front's
classify.
trash.
Yeah, never going to criticize classified packaging again. Like that robot looks like it's a slap together Lego bag, and we just remembered to throw the fig in there.
It looks like it fell apart in the box, and maybe
Yeah.
maybe by the time all of these pictures are from 3D Joe, so maybe by the time it got around to being cataloged and finding one that was still boxed, maybe it had fallen apart in the package. That's sure what it
I
looks
don't know.
like. So
I just, as a
Jeremy says,
child, I couldn't picture myself saying, I want to play with this. I
no,
wouldn't even know what this is.
no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't. If somebody had given me this, I'd have been like, thanks.
Yeah.
uh, And Jeremy says that Techno Viper is why he's going in my snake armor. Um, that
Mhm.
one or like the one we got, like the good one. Extreme was garbage, but I still want to steal Raven in a Mayday. Yup.
Yeah.
Looks like an Argentina release. So, all right, so let's get on down the road. So here's Predacon. I like this dude. I see
Yeah.
Lobo. I see Lobo
Yeah.
here.
A mix of Lobo and Predator, right? Like,
Yeah.
but you got that
Rawr.
three arm. Is it three arm or forearm? He's got forearms.
Forearm. He's a forearm space son of a bitch.
Let me tell you, any action figure done well with forearms is always a treat to play with, right? There's just some fun to that if they're
Yep,
done well. If they're done poorly,
I,
they're a nightmare. But
I've got the Ganesha, the Four Horsemen, the
Mhm.
Obscura over here. It's so much fun to put stuff in those arms, and it's Four Horsemen, so you only get so much posability with it, but it looks
Yeah,
so cool with all the different stuff. So I think this one would be neat. I said, and right here, like this is Kit Fisto.
a little
It's
bit.
Kit.
Yeah,
He needs a lightsaber. It's Kit
yeah.
Fisto. He's even smiling where he turns around and smiles at the camera.
But I
Look, he's
mean,
got a big ass gun. Got this rune. This
it
arm
looks like he's about
armor.
to burn the shit out of one of those hands.
He's just hanging on to the heat shield, isn't he?
Just
Uh,
that's what he's screaming about. Ah!
yeah, damn it. He
Stupid.
has thick alien skin hands, so it doesn't burn his
Yeah,
hand. I don't know.
but
But yeah, give me this dude. He looks cool.
Give me all three in the pack. Give me him, Lobotomax, and Carcass in a 3-pack. Give me the choice to do
and
aliens or do none of them, and that would be fun.
this dude is he's a bounty hunter. He's an alien bounty hunter. So is he an alien bounty hunter, or does he hunt aliens for bounties?
Mm. Splitting
It's a
hairs at this
debate.
point. He's got
It's a
4
debate
arms.
for the ages,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, um,
Solve that
again,
one, Hasbro.
look how they massacred my boy. Like, poor Marvin's like, what? Why am I in space? I didn't even enter this race. They gave me
I
these little
just, yeah.
guns. My Maldeus was so much more fun. I got a
Keep
million of
going,
them,
bro.
folks.
We'll give you a backbeat too.
We got to get finished. We got to get through these. So,
Yeah.
I don't know about roadblock in space. Roadblock and heavy duty don't seem like they want to go to space very much.
Okay,
Even here, look at him. He's like, oh,
so I'm gonna pull the whitest guy argument I've ever pulled on this. At some point, GI Joe must have met more than 3 black people. Like we did not need this many roadblocks in the line.
and he's like my favorite Joe, him and Mutton Junkyard. But I don't even want Space Gunner Roadblock
No,
with grenades. Look, he's got grenades too, space
the
grenades.
idea of grenades is just like, wow, that's for reuse. Ah,
And this was
uh,
this might have been, was this Flying Hawk's helmet? I don't even know. It looks like
uh,
Flying Hawk. And Mark says, yes, he's chasing the one horned, one eyed, flying purple people eater. That's his bounty.
mhm.
One horn. I agree, Jeremy. Hardball was underused. I hope we're getting hardball soon. But they could have given hardball, like they could have given him a different. I'll give him the away team repaint, or the away
Mhm.
jersey repaint. Roadblock, I don't know about in space. So then we get the other
Spice.
roadblock in space. Oh no, Matthew, not Cool Breeze. We don't need Cool Breeze. There's one issue where he got murked.
Yeah.
That would be a
So
deep cut though. I could see him. I could see him being like, "Here's Cool Breeze," but he's from the Marvel comics, and they ain't gonna do it.
no, but here's the other point on where they're starting to really give up on the line, right? As we're starting to see, we don't even get an individual character featured on his own card back anymore.
Mm-mm.
It's this same picture of 2 dudes fighting in space, no matter who the character is.
Yep. Yep. Just the old scrotum helmet and just this random Matt Tracker, with Timu Matt Tracker over here.
Yeah.
Is it me, or does Roadblock look a little like Evil Knievel?
He looks, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I just see him and I'm like, oh, so they just really wanted to keep making deep sixes in space now. Like it's just the same
Yeah.
concept over and over repainted. So
Yep.
rolling right along. Like I said, they only need to do one of these and it would cover 5 different characters here, right? So,
Yeah. You just give them different heads and you can have 5 in one.
but don't you dare
Yeah, I
say a
remember
bad
seeing.
thing about my Robo Joe. This
There's
is the
your
one I want
favorite.
more than anything.
I know how bad you want this guy. I don't know why.
I'll tell you, because this is Classified's ability to make a brand new $6 million man Steve Austin toy I had as a kid, where I could hold him up and look through the back of his head, through his eye, roll up a flush of his sleeve and see a computer roll out. All those gimmicks are still out there and could be done in a classified line. You could call him Robo Joe. I Man, we're this money generation right now. Everybody that was, 82 to 94 and is now 45 to 50 years old, they have all this money. If you tickle our nostalgia button even slightly, we are going to fold. And that's how they would get me the Robo Joe. Show me some features from
That's
like that.
That's they would definitely have to update this one because he looks like he's a want to go 6 or 7 POA figure. So
Oh, and do you remember that spackling paint trend in the 90s too? Like the one that he's
oh
got
yeah,
on there, the orange.
yeah.
Oh, that was terrible, eh? Space
There's
Jizz,
their spackle.
exactly.
Yeah, that's how they
Yeah.
spackled it on. It was,
Predacon
this
unloaded
was
on that man.
this is Bukaki Joe. Um, yes, said it. Um, the
We're at
aliens. I
midnight
never.
now here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who cares? The aliens apparently were super hard to find. I don't ever remember seeing them, and some of them were like there were some not released ones too. There was like 3 that never made it past. I think prototypes. Jeremy will probably know. There was 3 or 4 planned for 95. I think Matthew may know too that didn't. They never got off the drawing board. So, all right. So we got Robo Joe. What about Robo Rock and Roll? Poor Rock and Roll. Look how pissed he is. They put him in a space suit and threw him into space. God
I'm happier in
damn.
the EU universe.
So I know Jeremy really likes rock and roll. So do you like this rock and roll, Jeremy? Oh, so
Does he have
yeah,
a? Oh, see,
same
look at
body.
those elbow joints. Zoom in
I
on those
know.
elbow joints, man.
This might as well be the suit Ripley wore in Aliens, the loader
Yeah.
suit.
I just look at those elbows and I'm like, I'm never criticizing pinless or pinned elbows again. Like,
It's terrible. So
those are
Jeremy says
huge.
I have that rock and roll on my shelf at the moment. So,
Oh my. Is he
I
holding the
thought you
shelf
might.
down? Yeah. Robo
Um,
Gunner.
Robo, he's a Robo gunner, and Roadblock is a space gunner. That would be
And
they could do
still,
those in a 2 pack, I guess. Space heavy machine gunner 2 pack.
yeah, I don't know. It's just these weapon sprues. I see a lot of repetition there, but of just
Oh
like
yeah,
just common guns. Like, we'll just give them an MP5 and a shotgun. Okay, we're sending them to space though. Yeah, it's fine. Just
it's
give
a
them an
space
MP5 and a
shotgun.
shotgun. Yeah.
It's a space MP5. It shoots lasers. All right, rock and roll. Uh, poor sci-fi. Poor guy.
This is supposed to be where he shines.
It
This is
should
his
be.
thing.
So he's got a hand Gatling gun, space Gatling gun.
Yeah.
So
A
I
sonic
don't
backpack. What is entailed in a sonic backpack? It's a fart machine, isn't it? More grenades. That's good.
more more grenades. Yep. Hold
They
up.
look
There we
like
go.
nipple tassels, but yep.
Maybe he's like the other dude, and he has 4 nipples. The other guy's got 4 hands. Maybe sci-fi mutated. I don't know. I'm V1
What's that?
sci-fi. That's the only sci-fi.
Uh, again with that
Um,
that Silent Hill helmet, right?
yeah, the pyramid head helmet. And Bobby says they should rename rock and roll to lift and load. And Jeremy says there's 2 variants, 2 purple
Yeah.
or
Okay.
yellow weapons with them with rock and roll. I would imagine. Matthew compiles a list of the Afro American Joes for us.
Thank
Um,
you.
thank you, Matthew. Let's see. A sonic backpack in space where there's no sound. If
Yeah.
he's shooting a Gatling gun off his arm, what stops him from propelling himself into drifting into space? Um, Imagination. And here's Space Shot again with a very similar scrotum head helmet. Um, this dude, I kind of like this guy. Like, they just need to spruce up his outfit a little bit. He's got a space mustache, uh,
Yeah, he's one of the more
white grenade.
modest figures, I would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like there's a little bit more humble going on with this finger, which makes it work a bit better. I don't think he's glorious, but
Oh
Yeah,
no,
you left out
he's still
Doc,
bad.
Matthew.
Yeah,
How do you
Doc.
leave out
Well,
Doc?
and Stretcher. Oh, God, Matthew's racist.
Yeah, you're no better than I am, Matt.
Yeah,
Matthew.
damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's gonna come
No, that
after you
was
for
not
calling him
intentional.
Matt.
Just I forgot to finish the word.
Yeah, that's it. I just paused.
I just
So
paused. You.
just paused. So Thew. Yep. Yeah,
So
Red Dog. God.
it's just something about his helmet again. It reminds me a lot of like he's waiting for Vader to board the ship and shaking in his boots, right? It
Yeah.
feels very Star Wars Rebel.
Yeah. This guy was definitely in Rogue One at the end.
Mhm.
So I
Cosmic.
mean, but
Oh my!
at least
Sorry,
he
I just read
looks
the yellow thing. Read the yellow thing.
cosmic climbing backpack.
What
That's
do you
why his
need
name's
help
Space
climbing in
Shot.
space?
It's a good question. Look, there it is. He's got a grappling hook in space on a
Good luck with
backpack.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
it's all good.
And that was the last time we saw Space Shot. He didn't report for duty the next morning.
He
He
missed with the
shot
grappling
himself,
hook and
shot
yeah.
himself right into space. So I got this thing on here. This is one that actually makes some sense. It's a repaint of the stiletto, and the
Yeah.
stiletto was a space fighter jet. So this one actually makes a little bit of sense and comes with yet another version of sci-fi that looks a little better. This one, I don't mind.
I mean, yeah, we're talking about fictitious starships, and sure, throw one in the line if you have to, right? Like that's good reuse of stiletto. I agree with that point. I'm not going to get into aerodynamics and things like that. It's just this one's good to go. We have our vehicle. We don't
There's
need
our
the
vehicle.
Defiant. Yeah.
They're still naming the Black Joes in the chats. All right. Cobra
Triggered
Commander. Yeah, we
somebody.
talked about the suction cup unicycle thing. That was awful. So here's Target, another one that makes sense. I like this. I like this Target better than the first Target, actually.
He looks like a Flash Gordon character because of that gold, but I mean, a lot of people like Target, so I can't slam him too much. But gold and purple is a bold choice. Prince would
Gold,
approve.
you can't go wrong with gold and purple in any
No,
fashion. So even if you're a space Iron Grenadier. So Targat would probably be one that we could see because he's already a
so
space guy. And Targat
I was
is my
gonna say though.
last slide.
Well, didn't Target the first time come with a big rocketing sled?
Yeah, it's a giant backpack, big giant
So
backpack
now that
thing.
you're finally making him a part of a space line, why did you get rid of his rocket sled?
Take it away.
Yeah. Now he's just drifting around going, I used to have a tool for this.
Yeah, like now I just float.
Yeah.
There we go. Trying to
Gotta
find.
drive away some raccoons.
Oh, are they out there?
Fuck out of there.
Woody says blasphemy because I said that one looked better than the original Target. Oh, let's
Yeah.
see. Oh, all right. So
Solid
silliness
gold.
aside, there's the actual Space Joes part of the space discussion, and so brings us back around to the original question: if they started mixing this stuff in or getting heavy on it, do you guys think that that would be the end of the line? Like all this other stuff we've talked about, Sergeant Savage, Sigma 6, all of the other stuff that they've done over the years, say they sprinkled in some of that stuff. Do you guys think that if they went to space, it would be the end? Because it's probably by far the least popular stuff that they've done, even over Sonic Fighters and like Eco Warriors. I think space was probably the least liked. So when we see space stuff, if we see more than a couple of Joes and a couple of Cobras, would that be it?
I yeah, I think if they saturated us with it like an entire wave of nonstop space, that would be the
Yeah.
last wave a lot of people would buy. But if they sprinkled a smattering of one or two characters over a few waves, wouldn't do anything to the line. Net detrimental, I don't think. Those characters are either going to be peg warmers or collectibles, or they'll be added to any kind of list of success. So
Yeah, I don't think mixing in a couple here and there would really hurt. But if they just took a left turn and like a couple of waves, half of it was space stuff, I think at this point that's where they would probably lose a lot of us.
yeah, I think the key
Um,
point being is they would do fine with classified because of what classified does with older characters and the modernization and the techniques. But it wouldn't do well as retro, I don't think. It would be very niche with
oh,
retro.
hell no,
You'd
I
have to
don't think.
really love your ozone guy to have them that many times in retro.
Yeah, I don't think they would ever do those in a retro. So, oh, well, that is our discussion for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Space figures, talked about pros and cons of what they could and couldn't have done with the HasLab. Rattlers maybe showing up. Um, Stuff showing up as far as pre-orders, getting kind of buried here. Just
Mhm.
don't know when and what we're getting, but we're getting stuff finally again. So
So we'd asked about what might get dropped at NYCC, and I think maybe that might be where we might look for an update on Steeler and Short Fuse, by the way.
yeah, um,
Yeah.
because that's what was rumored was in the fall, and that's in October. So that's what I'm thinking is around the time of those cons, because you got those three, you got PulseCon, you got 1027, so that's possibly five more pre-order dates plus whatever they put in,
And
and we're gonna see those other guys by the end of the year. I think like Sci-Fi
and
and that wave.
I was gonna say, yeah, you know who else I would love to hear name dropped at London, or what was the other one you said? Madrid
I think
or
it's
Milan?
Italy. I think it's Milan, but it's
Milan.
Italy.
One of those, I would love to hear a name drop for Zap to close out that OG 13, because it seems like that was kind of their push this year. They got the Hawk out, they got the Steeler Short Fuse out. If they got Zap out, they could put that under their belt, and a lot of people would be, we're good, right?
Yeah. Well, we need Grand Slam.
Oh, there we go.
Got to have Grand Slam, but
But we're
uh,
assured because we know Flash is in development, right? Like that buzz has been going for a while. I always count
yeah,
Grand Slam and Flash as kind of a dealt with subject, but it really isn't. You're right.
yeah, you got to do something to give us silver pads, Grand Slam, differentiate him
Mhm.
from Flash.
But
But yeah,
the
we
re
hadn't.
the oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, we haven't gotten a name for Flash, but half his stuff is already out there. We got the helmet now coming, so
Yeah.
um, or we got
So
we
the
have the
reason
helmet. Duke Stardust or have the helmet.
yeah, they've already had that visor helmet. Like that used to be everybody's helmet back in Joe. If they had a
Yeah,
visor, it was on that helmet, right? So Grand Slam and Flash will have that for sure. And it was
yeah,
almost like Law and Order almost had that.
yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
That's a good set, man. That Law and Order set's pretty damn good.
It is. The reason also I say Zap needs to start coming is because of he's not infantry. They've done a lot of infantry. He's an engineer, so they can open up a little bit of tooling for fun with a lot of the sets they're doing by including an engineer, right? Somebody to
Yeah.
build those little obstacles and things like that. So
Um. Yeah. Speaking of engineers, I need toll booth. Give
yeah,
me some toll
yeah.
booth. Let's see. And I think I highlighted that. Jeremy said Steeler and Short Fuse is the Target Fall Geek Out. That's what I said
There we go.
earlier. I
Okay.
thought it would be. PulseCon is no more. They're not so they're not going to do a PulseCon anymore. I hadn't I hadn't heard
Good to
that,
know.
but you have way better information than I have, Jeremy. So
Yeah.
uh so, so interesting. I'll probably just roll that in and do 1027 then. Probably just mix those two together since they're so close, if they do.
Nice.
Uh, Tommy's in the house, says we still need a ton of regular Joes. I agree. We just
Agreed.
kind of like to
Mhm.
speculate and like what could they do and where would it end up if
So
they do it. So
a couple weeks ago, we did one where we went through 82 to 94, and you could see where they have spread their releases out throughout several years. So yes, we need a lot of Joes, but we can't look at it in a linear sense. That's not how they're doing it.
yeah, that's how they. I mean, that's how they keep everybody vested. Is they'll do two from this year, two from that year, a
Yeah.
deluxe set somewhere in the middle, or a whatever, and pet somewhere in the middle, and that's how they. I mean, I stringing us along for lack of better terms because that's it's what we're doing. So, um,
Yep.
it's still hitting home runs though. I talk a lot of shit about Hasbro, but it's mostly about Hasbro, like the classified line itself. I'm really happy with. I just hate the way Hasbro runs it.
Yeah. No, it's like uh, and we slam each other for all that, like what you say about a company and everything. But I mean, it's no different if we were to talk sports right now, right? If you were a hockey fanatic, anytime we talk about our teams, you'd have the same frustrations. Oh, it's not the players, it's the management. Oh, it's not this, it's the other team. It's it's the same
Yeah,
arguments, right?
yeah,
You can love
same
something
thing.
and hate it to death at the same time.
Yeah,
It's fun.
yep, yeah, and it keeps us talking. So, all
Mhm.
right. I've still got 28 people watching, so hit that like, guys. If you hadn't hit that subscribe on Crow and I appreciate you doing that as well. So we will see where Snow C.A.T winds up. It is at, let me refresh here. We are at
14,000.
10,313. So we've gotten about 400, a little under 400 just since we started out.
Well,
So we'll see where it
doesn't count.
winds up.
Might as well
Um,
just call it 12 there, right? Because Pop's returning his tonight.
yeah, Pop Blender's going to back out. So damn it. He ain't going to back out. He ain't going to back out. I know he ain't going to back out. I think tomorrow night, I think they're doing a special missions on Circle of Jerks for the ending countdown. So I guess Punk may be moved Thursday with the friends so they could do a special mission. So you guys go check those guys out, Punk and Crew, Baldy and Tony and Island Viper, and who
So
else is in there?
I'm
I'm
pretty
missing somebody. There's a bunch.
Tony Baldy, but good point. All I know is it's going to be up to Tony, I think, to keep it from whatever they do tomorrow during that countdown. If I see sales dip and a bunch of those numbers go down, I'm blaming those jerks. I'll be like,
Blame
you
the
talked
jerks.
people out of the snowcat somehow with that.
Yep, guys, it's all y'all's fault. No, they're all
What?
shills. Remember,
Yeah, I know you're
those
really
guys
rolling the
are all
dice here,
shills.
guys.
Most
Yeah.
you might even be able to get those guys to pitch in and split one to give away. Somebody tell them that. I'm not gonna tell them that. Somebody else tell them that.
Right.
Uh,
Now they're gonna
ice
wonder where that
creams,
pressure came from.
yeah, ice cream soldier and skid mark 2-pack. Yep, Scoop makes some sense. So, yeah, get that pre-order in, man. You got about 24 hours to get it done. So,
Give me a
Crow,
hero, Tommy.
I got to I haven't given you your music yet. There you go.
I always get the volume halfway.
What you got coming up on the Crusty Old Crow channel? Got anything happening?
Still waiting on my gridiron. I mean, I'm at that timeline where they said I should hear something soon. So hopefully I hear something soon. Got notice from Hasbro. My polar bear is on its way with snake eyes. I don't have a whole lot of toy stuff that I know about coming right now. The next time anybody will see me is if they want to talk about Warhammer 40K. I think I'm hopping on with Same Time Toys here shortly. We're looking, I think, Friday at 8. He wants to start talking about Warhammer 40K, so you'll start seeing me pop onto his channel from time to time to just talk about that kind of stuff if anybody's interested. But I have a pretty quiet week laying up. Hopefully, you guys see me a lot because I'm surprised with all these new things I didn't know were coming. What about you? What do
Yep.
you got? You got more stuff going on than I do, don't you?
I've got somewhere out there is Major Blood coming in, so I'll have a review on Major Blood, and I've got Street Fighter Vega is on the way, but it's coming DHL, so it's liable to be next week
No, that's not good.
sometime before
Yeah.
that gets here. So, um, and then I still haven't opened Cold Slither, so might get those guys open. And it's my birthday this weekend, so I'm gonna drink a few beers. But
Yeah.
I'll
Well, you'll be
try to get some.
celebrating 500.
Maybe, maybe trying still on that road to 500, almost there. So if you're not subscribed to me and Crow, because Crow's on his way to 1,000, so do that.
It'll be a little while.
There may be, I may do a 3-star After Dark on Friday. Not 100% sure yet. It's always last minute if I do it, but it'll be after Shane's stream if I do that. So you guys look for the thumbnail. Just depends on what I wind up doing this weekend. I may go to the camper. So I appreciate it, guys. And the happy birthdays. It's on Monday, so I took Monday off. So weekend. So still a few days to go. But that's what we got coming up. That is all we got this week. We'll be back in 2 weeks for another backyard battlefield and probably doing a recap on where the Snow C.A.T ended up. Hope everybody that wants it, backs it, is able to get it. Let's get that stuff funded. If you're on the fence, let's get we need our flint and our bivouac. We need our wieners. We need wieners.
That's right.
All right. So that is a backyard battlefield. Backyard battlefield this weekend, you guys. So we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. I'll be back next Wednesday with Pop Blender for Sevens Wild. Y'all have a good weekend. Go get your Snow C.A.Ts.